We back. No, we supposed to been back at 9:30, but better late than never, man. Ain't that what they say? Better late than never. Yeah, make sure I hit that like button, man. What the fuck? Make sure you hit that like button. What the fuck my black mouth just go at? Snake House. What it do? This shit just pissed me off. Baby Trail, what it do? Or Trail, what it is? Man, we coolin', man. Just sitting back, you know. Wonder why everybody can talk about everything, but they try to silence Keep It G News. Yeah, man. They let niggas talk about certain topics. But Keep It G News gotta stay away from it. How the fuck this shit gonna be back here? The fuck? What it is. Yeah, Keep It G News gotta stay away from certain topics, y'all. So I was sitting back today. I was thinking like, man, what the fuck am I gonna talk about today, man? Am I gonna go in on these people and fuck my channel up? I'm like, no, I ain't. But we is gonna talk about it though. You heard me. Hold up. Hello? Yeah. All right. Hold up real quick. So I done started my live. Where y'all find something to eat?
5 reasons Connect Team is the smartest replacement for workplace. Connect Team is more than just a feed and chat. It's a full suite of communication tools. Plus,
gang members.
Authorities say they waited in the woods until a Nissan drove out of this apartment complex. And when it did, they lit it up.
There are 39 casings collected from the scene.
These YSL gang members were allegedly after a man who shot up Lil Baby's music video. Instead,
you got the wrong car.
It was this woman and her 2-year-old son inside.
She bleeds out and she passes away in front of her child.
The video that led to this man's conviction, and DA Fonnie Willis and her team say they aren't done yet.
YSL is a gang.
Call me
it does exist. And it is a violent gang.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
Man, these niggas ain't YSL, man. They leaving everybody YSL. Yo, YSL ain't the game. I think at this point, YSL has been depleted. Like, it ain't no such thing as YSL. Young Thug needs to stop rapping. He needs to change the brand, change the label. Like, I wouldn't even want to be, if I was YSL and not involved in that RICO, I wouldn't be YSL no more. Straight up. Like, YSL probably got the worst name in Atlanta. All them niggas rag. What's up, Lamar? Fucking YSL.
Family says 21-year-old Naja Cox.
Man, you know how they do. You know they gonna fuck me over since yesterday, y'all. Yesterday, the numbers probably gonna be real low. They probably gonna have no notifications. You know, it did be real greasy yesterday, yo. So I can only expect, but you know, the bare minimum today. We probably ain't even in the algorithm. Yeah. We probably not even in the algorithm at all. They're gonna fuck us over. No notifications. You know, they don't like me talking about everything. They let everybody else do it though. It's saying like whenever I speak though, they get on some bullshit. They get on some bullshit. Yeah, I get it. It was the time niggas knew what came along with it. Nowadays, these young boys, they scared to death. Yeah, but we covered this situation. I just wanted to see what they had to say about it before we
For
get
her
into everything
2-year-old
else.
son, Namir. It was late at night, but one night they hopped into a black Nissan sedan and what was supposed to be a quick trip to the store for some juice. Namir, he really wanted some juice that night. Instead, what he got was a night of complete terror, reportedly at the hands of 3 young Slime Life gang members, or YSL for short. One of them, too, was wearing something peculiar that had authorities on his tail. And we do want to warn you, what you're about to see, it may be graphic. This was the moment that started it all. TMZ obtained this footage, May 14, 2024.
Little Baby had a music video shoot on Verbena Street.
Yeah, they keep
That video
trying.
shoot was shot up.
They keep trying to throw Baby name in this. The district attorney said, Baby, they don't got no evidence that Lil Baby was involved in none of this.
By someone who
The police want Lil Baby
know,
bad, man.
as being documented with a different gang.
Amanda Green is the senior assistant district attorney for Fulton County, covering Atlanta. She's in the gang unit.
That person was the main person of interest in that shooting, in that assault. And that person is known to reside or be at that same apartment complex off of 2500 Center Street.
And 4 days later, around 2 o'clock in the morning, city cameras take it from here. 2500 Center Street, a silver car pulls around to the Woodland Heights apartment complex, scoping it out before then turning around. And if you look close, you can see a man in a gray hoodie in the passenger seat. The car turns, drives out of frame, before then 3 men appear shortly after. One of them wearing that exact same hoodie, according to ADA Green.
On the same footage, you see 3 males walking around that same apartment complex, not going in it, but kind of looking and then leaving back out and going into the wood line. Those males were with hoodies, they had masks on.
But again, what stuck out was the man in this gray hoodie. It was distinct, enough for detectives to identify. The man wearing it, Jamal Baker, a known member of the YSL gang.
The biggest mistake he made is he wore a gray hoodie. So in 2 o'clock in the morning, no light whatsoever, I could see everywhere he was going with that gray hoodie. And he admitted to wearing that hoodie.
You can see Baker and 2 other men walking away from the apartment complex, cutting across the street, then into the wood line.
There was a young mother, 21 years old, Nija Cox, and her son, Namir Cox, traveling outside of their apartment complex.
They just wanted to shoot somebody. That's what the fuck happened. That's what that was. They went out that bitch for nothing. And they seen that car ride past and automatically thought that was one of the guys and just shot into it. They was on some old crash out shit.
Complex to the store to get the baby juice.
She drives past that same wood line and then out of frame. But before she does, you can catch a few bright flashes in the distance.
The bullets are going over the child's head, hits the mother in the back, goes through her heart. The driver stops at the very next business that's there, and she bleeds out and she passes away in front of her child.
At least 39 shots were fired. The child miraculously was not injured. ADA Green says that family and friends heard the commotion, put 2 and 2 together, and ran to the scene.
The worst part is the child is right there seeing it. I have him on body cam. He's hiding behind someone's legs, like an adult's legs, just watching this whole thing carry itself out.
And the violence didn't stop there. Authorities say the man who they were after, allegedly the gunman at the Lil Baby video shoot, drove a blue Nissan, not a black Nissan like Nija was driving.
Down the street at a BP gas station at Donnelly Hollowell, the actual person, the intended target, is at that location.
Good, bro.
35 minutes later at 2:46 a.m., there's a shooting. There's a drive-by shooting at that gas station. And that intended target, the person that was meant to be the hit, is going out with his firearm. You can see it on video, going out with his firearm. And he gets into a blue Nissan and leaves the location immediately.
Was he not harmed in that gas station incident?
So they
It was
just trying to
not.
shoot
In
somebody.
court, ADA Green says that Jamal Baker and his legal team, they tried.
Some of the arguments that were made during closing was, sure, that's my client. Yes, Jamal Baker is there in the gray hoodie wearing a mask. But there's no such thing as a hit. He was just there. Maybe he was there to steal cars. The defense was honing on the fact that I have no evidence of Mr. Baker shooting a gun into that car. But all the surrounding evidence was there. I had cell phone records that put him there. He was there at the time. I had a witness that drove him there. That person testified. And I have him on camera footage. And he's admitting that he's there.
Baker convicted of murder and gang charges, life without parole, and to be served in confinement.
We have a whole unit dedicated to gang activity. We will not tolerate any areas of our city being overran or intimidated, dominated, or become victims of a gang who is trying to control a territory. YSL is a gang. It does exist, and it is a violent gang. And I believe my case is an example of that.
Now, in a public statement, a spokesperson for Baker said in part, quote, that the Defender Counsel's appellate office represents Mr. Jamal Ronte Baker. A team of skilled appeals attorneys, investigators, and administrators is working in support of the new trial motion and looks forward to zealously representing Mr. Baker in future filings and court proceedings, but must decline further comment at this time, end quote. The Fulton County District Attorney's Office, though, is showing no signs of stopping. They say 19-year-old Cortez Harvey and DeMonte Simmons were the two other shooters in this case, and they are also known YSL gang members. They have been arrested and charged and will be tried at a later date.
Yeah, they probably leave everybody from that neighborhood YSL. Niggas ain't YSL, man. Thug don't know them niggas. Weird video of them niggas with Young Thug. Hey, yo, hold up, yo. We gotta talk about something, too. Matter of fact, hold up. Gotta go to Baltimore first, man. See the fuck going on. Cop was shot in the leg in Baltimore earlier. See the fuck going on with that shit. We're gonna get to all the rest of the topics. I just wanna touch on all this shit first. Cause it went down on Pennsylvania Avenue.
All right, so if you could just count the time real quick, make sure everyone's audio is good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Office.
Yo, you better.
1, 2,
Yo,
3.
if I was young, I'd have robbed your ass anyway. Shucking and jiving. Just cause.
Brian Nato and Kevin Jones. Chief of Patrol Ryan Lee. Chief Olufemi Akani, a Republican
You got hit in the leg?
Bureau, and Ken Thompson, the lead monitor of our monitoring team. This evening at approximately 7:17 p.m., officers were patrolling the area of around Pennsylvania Avenue and Lawrence Street. Officers got out of the vehicle to attempt to stop an individual who took off running. They believed he had been armed. The man ran from officers, and a brief struggle ensued when they caught up to him. At some point, the male broke away from an officer, pointed the handgun, and fired his weapon. As an officer was struck in the foot, multiple officers returned fire, striking the male. Male was transported to an area hospital where he's currently listed in critical condition.
They say he
We're
died.
still very early in the stages of this investigation. I can confirm that a weapon was located on the scene where the male was found. Officers in fair condition here at Shock Trauma. I want to thank the staff here at Shock Trauma, our great partners here, for always taking care of our officers. We're still awaiting identity of the male. However, we do believe he's an adult. At this time, we've activated our critical incidents recording policy, and our Special Investigations Response Team is working alongside the Maryland Attorney General's office. At this time, we'll take a few questions.
We'll start with questions over here with Channel 11, Harvey, and we'll work out.
Last week to you, Ty.
So, what led officers to approach that suspect? And obviously, that happened. You saw like a lot of houses and like apartments over there. Obviously, a lot of people probably concerned. What message do you have to that neighborhood?
Well, the officers are out there doing exactly what we want them to do. They are trying to get guns off the street, trying to solve crimes, and for some reason they believed that the individual was armed. They had information that he may have been armed. So when they got out to talk to him, he walked away, refused to stop, took off running, and that's when the encounter occurred.
And, again, like lots of houses around there, lots of concerned residents, what's your message to the neighborhood?
That we're there to try to keep them safe. This was an individual who had a handgun. We don't know what he was going to do with the handgun. The officers
try to make it home at night.
Homicide. We don't know what he was going to do with that gun if the officers would not have stopped him.
Should be,
I said they may have had information that he was armed. They had whatever information they had. We have not talked to the officers yet. Our homicide unit and our attorney general is working. The officers have to give a statement, so we won't clearly understand or know why they stopped him. But on the video, you can see that as they approached him, he clearly did not want to talk to the officers. And as they walked closer, he took off running, and eventually, when they got together, where they caught up to him, a struggle ensued, and he pulled the weapon.
How many shots were fired?
I don't know. There were multiple rounds.
I need to see the body cam
There
footage.
could be a very large scene, but this one was bigger than a lot of us have seen before. Why such a huge response like this?
Well, if you've ever been to Pennsy and Lawrence, there's a lot of people there. Once you see the body-worn camera, you will see that the crowd actually interfered with our ability to give the victim aid. They basically swarmed our officers. Multiple Signal 13s were called. Officers from all around the city had to come to kind of quash the disturbance so that we could get the victim to the hospital.
Would you see an increased police presence in that area following this?
There's always an increased police presence in that area. It's an area that we get a lot of complaints about for drug activity and a lot of different crimes.
It ain't for no reason, Ty. Don't ever think motherfuckers die for no reason. Man, motherfuckers be violating out this bitch. For real. Now, it is deaths that happen for no reason. But it ain't, not most of them. It's a reason for everything. Believe that.
Usually in circumstances like this, a police-involved shooting, you have said in past incidents that the officers observed what they believe to be someone who may be carrying a gun. I don't think I heard that in this particular instance. Or did police observe something to make them think that this man had a gun on him, and then that's when they approached him?
We don't know. We know that they had an idea and a good suspicion that he had a weapon on him. That's why they got out of their car to approach him. He was avoiding them.
It's like some bullshit.
We didn't talk to him yet, so we don't want to use any phrases that
What's up, Chris?
come back. That maybe that's not the case. So once we talk to the officers, when we release the video, we'll tell you exactly what the officers saw and why they approached this particular individual.
But for now, initially, officers believe he was armed and got out the car and approached.
Correct.
Did you say how many officers were shooting at the suspect at night?
At this time, we believe there was 3 officers who fired weapons.
Okay. And then this was like, there's a lot of video circulating on social media of people getting into fights with police officers, being escorted away from the scene. Reinforcer, the Foxtrot that was flying above. Any comment about that scene? Was it chaotic?
It was very chaotic. It's obviously we've got an officer who shot. We got an individual who was shot who had just shot at the officers. If you look at the video, you'll see as the officers started the foot chase, the crowd was running behind the officers. So as soon as the victim went down, the crowd swarmed the officers, and we had to back away and couldn't give him the proper aid that we would have liked to have done until we had enough units on the scene to make it safe. And we also had to recover his weapon because we did not want anybody to remove that weapon. So it was very chaotic from the body-worn camera. The community
We need to see this.
was out there, and they were not happy, but we were doing our job, and our officers did a fabulous job. Eventually, enough officers got there to quash the situation, and we were able to get it under control.
Last question with me.
Yes, sir. Officer, Commissioner, you mentioned aid. You guys usually respond.
Yo, they said
There's a
in the TK trial, they said all murders not created equal, man. That's what the prosecutor said. Who got shot in the head? The dude, the police got shot in the foot. I think the dude died. They say he in critical condition, but I think he dead, whoever he was.
by Ridley, for clarity's sake, was aid given to this individual?
It was eventually given to him by our officers, I believe, or the medics. We didn't get that far in the video. What I can tell you is that as soon as the incident occurred, the officers approached to try to give aid. They were forced away because the crowd overtook them and there was multiple
Don't nobody know who it was?
standing around the victim trying to give aid. And I don't know if any of them knew first aid, but we were not able to do it until we were able to get that crowd under control.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Man, so motherfuckers went the fuck off. Hold on. So this is another press conference. Let me show you what the fuck was going on down there. That shit crazy. I don't understand how they just assume. I don't know what that means. A-hole. We're gonna talk about some usual suspects in a minute.
And this bitch the fuck out. I'm telling you. I'll be airing this bitch the fuck out. I'm telling you. What's up, bro?
Oh, there's a dude right there. Oh, they right there by the market.
I'll be one dead ass nigga. Don't want to spray the mace, boy. You a bitch.
They right there by the market. Yeah, they ready to shut that shit down. They gonna turn Pennsylvania Avenue to a motherfucking ghost town.
Hey, yo, I think y'all should have just heard these motherfucking shots just went off. I think a nigga just went off with timeout, dummy. They got every fucking timeout in the fucking century, dummy. Listen, look how low the fucking chopper is, bro. Hey, bro, y'all should have heard them bitches, bro. What the fuck? Bro, I swear to God, yo, oh my God, bro, it sound like a switch battle out this bitch. But I think, oh my God, dummy. Yo, it had to be a police officer, bro. I ain't never seen this many timeouts, bro.
Hey,
bro, what the fuck? I can't even hold the fucking camera still, dummy. Yo, what the fuck? Dummy, this had to be a police-involved shooting, dummy. What the fuck? Dummy. Bro, look at this shit. They ain't even stopping the car, dummy. Bro, they don't got nowhere else to go, bro. Bro, it's trail out here right now, bro.
Hey, once you call my Instagram, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. It's like you got a lot to say. Let's talk about it, brother. Yeah, that bitch. They didn't they didn't build the wall down that bitch. Somebody recording from their house. Look at this shit. God damn. Talk about your takes, your viewpoints. Yeah, Yeah, they ready to shut that shit down, man. Pennsylvania Avenue ain't ready to be open air no more. Not after that. They ready to shut that shit down completely. Yeah, they ready to shut that down completely. Let me see something. Then we're gonna get the Tyler Perry, man. So Tyler Perry got a lawsuit. Look like Tyler Perry motherfucking ass. Wow, I got the lawsuit. We're gonna read it.
Families love fresh strawberries and chocolate, so
Tyler Perry out this bitch exploiting black people but chasing white men.
To a woman allegedly choking her 88-year-old neighbor. Police have charged Paula
Baltimore
Whitmore
teacher
with
like to
assault,
choke that
and
neighbor
she's
over trash cleanup. Even Christmas. Over trash cleanup? She must have sick her motherfucking ass. She must have sick her motherfucking ass. Also, the news ain't do no story on it yet. You know, they've been trying for a while.
In Baltimore County, where 2 people were taken to the hospital after police.
County. All right, yo, let's get to the regular schedule program. That's crazy. That shit crazy.
These WNBA girls are.
He's gonna come out about who it was. Baltimore. Yeah, they gonna shut that shit down. Yo, but hold on, I gotta talk about something else before we get to the right schedule program. Yo, did y'all see? Hold up, yo. Did y'all see the guy that posed the escape the plane crash? Man, I think that nigga lying, man. Yo, so a couple days ago, if you ain't familiar, plane crashed in India. I think they say 241 people was dead, but they said that the guy survived. They say he survived by jumping off the plane. Now, I was like, damn, yo, that's what everybody be always shit. If a plane falls, jump off that bitch. So this is the guy right here, right? I think this nigga bluffing. Ain't no way this nigga survived this crash, man. He did an interview from his hospital bed talking about the situation. Man, that nigga lying.
सर ने पूछा कि कैसे हुआ तो मैंने उसके बारे में बताया और सब हालचाल पूछा सब।
विश्वास, अगर हम जानना चाहें कि आप थोड़ा सा बता पाएं कि हादसा कैसे हुआ था, क्योंकि ये एक बड़ा चमत्कार है जिस तरीके से आप वहां से इकलौते ऐसे शख्स हैं जो जिंदा बचे।
वो मेरे नजरों के सब सामने हुआ था। मेरे खुद को भी बिलीव नहीं होता कि मैं कैसे उसमें से जिंदा बाहर निकला।
He said it happened in front of his eyes, man. I don't think yo was on that plane, man.
क्योंकि थोड़ा टाइम लेके तो मेरे को लगा था कि मैं भी मरने वाला हूँ, लेकिन जब मेरी आँख खुली मैं देखा ना तो मुझे लगा मैं जिंदा हूँ। तो मैंने ट्राई किया, जब मेरी सीट थे वो मेरी बेल्ट निकाला, मैंने वो ट्राई किया जहाँ से निकल सकता वहाँ से, तो मैं निकल गया वहाँ से। मेरे नजरों के सामने एयर होस्टल और दूसरे आंटी अंकल सभी उसमें मिस हो गए थे सभी।
अच्छा, थोड़ा सा बता पाए, जब जैसे ही टेक ऑफ हुई फ्लाइट, क्या हुआ था और अचानक से कैसे हादसा हुआ?
टेक ऑफ के बाद 1 मिनट के अंदर ही जब टेक ऑफ हुआ ना तो सडनली स्टॉप हो गया वो। बाद में से मेरे को लगा कि कुछ हुआ, बाद में प्लेन में लाइट ऑन हो गई, ग्रीन और व्हाइट बाद में वो पता नहीं वो प्लेन टेक ऑफ ज्यादा करने के लिए वो रेस तो बोलते हैं क्या रेस दिया होगा ऐसा कुछ, और सीधा स्पीड में ही घुस गया जहाँ वो क्या था वो
हॉस्टल था एक हॉस्पिटल का।
हाँ
Look at that fire, y'all.
और सब सामने सब हुआ।
ये जब फ्लाइट जब क्रैश हुई उस समय हॉस्टल पे लैंड की थी, उसी समय आप बाहर निकले थे?
नहीं, क्योंकि आई थिंक मेरे को जब मैं जो साइड पे था ना, वो साइड हॉस्टल पे नहीं लैंड हुई थी। हॉस्टल के जो ग्राउंड फ्लोर है ना, जैसे नीचे वहाँ लैंड हुई थी। तो मुझे दूसरे के बारे में मेरे को पता नहीं, लेकिन मैं जहाँ लैंड हुआ था ना, वो नीचे की साइड थी। तो जब वहाँ थोड़ा पेस भी था प्लेन के जब बाहर, तो जब जैसे मेरा डोर टूटा ना सब, तो मैंने देखा ना जब सामने कि थोड़ा इधर पेस है, तो मैं ट्राई कर सकता हूँ निकलने के लिए। तो मैंने ट्राई किया निकलने के लिए, तो फिर मैं निकल गया उधर, क्योंकि अपोजिट साइड पे था ना वो बिल्डिंग का वो था ना दीवार, तो उधर से कोई शायद नहीं निकल सका होगा, क्योंकि उधर पूरा उधर ही क्रैश हुआ था। और मैं जो जहाँ था वहाँ ही थोड़ा पेस था। फिर भी मेरे पता नहीं मैं कैसे बचा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे नजर के सामने ही सब
एयर
हॉस्टल।
look at it. Oh shit! Look at this video. So they got a video of this guy walking from the fucking plane. Yo, look at this shit. I think it might have just been around or something. It might have just been around when the plane crashed, man. Where the fuck that video at? Look at this right here. Look, that's Joe right there. Look at this shit, man. Like he just came out. Look, he just walking around the corner, all casual and shit. Yeah, that man wasn't on that plane, man. Ain't no way, y'all. Look at this fire. He ain't got no burn. He ain't got no burn marks on his clothes. Nah, I don't know. I ain't buying it. I think he full of shit. That nigga clout chasing. Yo, they clout chasing India too now. Don't they just an American thing. Well, I fucking chase that shit all over the place. He said he was a fire. Yeah, man, that shit a bunch of bullshit, man. I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. All right, so I just wanted to show y'all first. The fuck. Yo, remember what I told y'all? Look, the FBI is now investigating who is funding violent Los Angeles riots. You telling y'all them bitches don't be organic.
Hello, I'm Bill Asaley, United States Attorney for the Central District of California.
And I'm Akil Davis, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office.
And I'm Tyler Hatcher, the Special Agent in charge of IRS Criminal Investigation here in Los Angeles. The right to assemble and protest peacefully is protected by law. Unfortunately, we've seen individuals whose intentions are to cause damage and to assault law enforcement. For example, last week we arrested an individual who was charged with conspiracy to commit and aiding and abetting civil disorders. These violent agitators put peaceful demonstrators at risk.
The FBI and our federal partners will continue to investigate individuals and organizations who are knowingly funding or committing acts of violence against law enforcement, as well as the destruction of property.
We are currently tracing money to determine who is providing funding for these riots. Funding crime doesn't just affect the criminals, it also disrupts entire communities. Each dollar funneled into illegal operations fuels violence, undermines law and order, and perpetuates fear. Make no mistake, we will identify and disrupt financial networks supporting these criminal activities. Think before you act. The legal consequences for financing or aiding and abetting these crimes are harsh. They include imprisonment and fines.
If you have any information regarding individuals and/or organizations providing financial support to commit acts of violence or destruction of property, please dial 1-800-CALL-FBI or visit tips.fbi.gov.
I be telling y'all, niggas think I just be talking, yo. Them your shit do not be organic, man. Somebody be funding that shit. Fuck you talking about?
Maybe my great grandkids won't.
I don't want you, guy. So just great grandkids. What else we gotta talk about? 50 baby mother that went in on him. I might talk about that shit. What he was on MREC? What she's on MREC TV? Let's see, MREC TV got that. MREC TV. A Trapper. Man, you won't believe what happened last night, man. I had to delete the whole live we was on, man. Had to delete the whole live, bro.
Around here, it's not a patio, it's a patio.
Man, I started talking about the war and the war. And they ain't like what I said. So they cut my live off. Well, we talking about it again tonight. We just ain't going into depth.
Today on the toll bridge. Topic y'all want to go into first. What's hot? What's going on? And we all know my son's father is not happy with it. Like, he's not happy.
So it's 50 being mother.
What Daphne is doing is indicative to her character. It was so.
She was a sex worker when he met her.
For years that she has been a pole girl from Vegas. Like that's known. That's known.
I knew it.
And he knew that when he beat her up in California, which everyone, he seems like that's just so buried how he beat her up. It was a domestic violence case in California. The California Sheriff's Office tried to contact me. Hey, y'all, tried to contact me to testify in that case.
50 out here beating women
child
too?
support attorneys for me to question me and to testify in Daphne Joy's domestic violence case,
This shit getting out of control, man.
Which I declined.
What made you decline?
As I'm a mother first, and I'm a woman, but she, during the duration of the relationship with her and 50, she gave me so much shade, and she was trolling me along with him. Like, she thought she was superior. She thought her and her child were going to be superior to Marquise and I. So I said, I'll sit this one out.
She been fucking for money.
Did she ever come at you and like troll you in any kind of way?
Yeah, she always did subliminals all the time. Absolutely. I can't remember. I would have to go back. I snapshot and I save everything. But it used to be on Twitter all the time. She would just throw the subs. So, and I could understand it because it's like, I left him. I don't want him. I don't communicate with him often. So I could not understand why she was upset about, you have him. So you have a child by him. So cool. I'm not in the scenario, so I can understand.
So how old, around what year was that though that this took place? Because I think the child, how old is
I think it was about maybe 2008, 2011. Because at the time,
normally I don't even like this type of shit. But since 50 been doing all that sucker shit he been doing, man, it's fair game. You know what I mean? All that sucker shit he been doing online. Now he got his baby mother speaking out. The first one.
Before he got with her, he was with Ciara. So he left Ciara to be with her, to be with Daphne, which I couldn't understand because Marquise loved Ciara. His family adored Ciara. And he left Ciara to be with Daphne.
That's why a nigga mad at 50. I mean at Diddy. He loved her.
2008, 2009.
That nigga,
maybe.
That nigga 50 loved her. Diddy turned that ass into a motherfucking track star. Diddy put her ass on the track. Really, like literally a contract too. That nigga 50 probably was hot. He's still hot. They ain't never gonna get over that. That nigga 50 probably having nightmares of Diddy.
Him and Seattle probably maybe 2010. I'm not sure, but I know he was with the girl Daphne maybe like 2011, 2012, somewhere around that. Somewhere around here. But he
how old is Saya now?
I don't know. I would have to Google it. I don't know. I just know that him and I, he's a Virgo. I do know that. Like him and I, like days apart and birthday, but I don't know how old he is. I have no clue. I'm guessing maybe 10, 11, maybe. I don't know.
So if Marquise is what, 29, 28? How was Marquise?
28.
So they're about 16 years different? 17?
Yeah, probably more than that. Right, like over 10 years. But Floyd was dating Miss Jackson at the time, and he hooked Boo Boo up with Daphne. He hooked them up. I guess
you don't let Floyd ever hook up with nobody.
Because he said, I told you not to have no baby files. And we all see, if you go to Floyd's page now, which we all know Floyd is his best friend, or was his best friend, on his page now, Floyd has a post saying to Boo Boo, and the first line he says in that post, you're just mad because Marquise's mother don't want to be with you. And I'm assuming we all know if you have a best friend, your best friend knows all your secrets and who you care about. And that's what Floyd said first line out the gate.
So to bring up Floyd, what was the fallout between Floyd and his son's father about?
50 wanted to try to get into the boxing business. So as I don't know if everyone knows, like I was very close with Floyd's children's mother, Josie Harris. God bless her dead. I love Josie. Sweet friend, just all around great person. I just wanted to say that. Floyd, Boo Boo wanted to get into the boxing business. And Floyd is like, no, we're friends. Like, you have your business, I have my business, but he wanted to get into the boxing business. So he thought he was going to, Josie told me he went to Floyd's parents. Like if he was asking for a hand in marriage, you know how you go to a girl's parents ask for their hand in marriage? Right. Perfect. I just want to have your blessings that I want to get into business with Floyd. And Floyd was like, no. He wanted to just be friends, and that's what Boo Boo was saying.
Floyd ain't let nobody get no business.
Floyd want to be
Floyd ain't let nobody get no motherfucking money. Fuck that, boy, it was tripping. All Floyd money is his. Like you ain't getting it. Fuck you think this is? Let's see what the fuck happened at Diddy trial today, man. Go to my man Sean G. Yo, the judge took payment, man. Testimony delayed due to unknown issues.
You know Harbor Freight for affordability, but durability goes right along with it. You see, we test, and then we test again. Now it's time for you to...
They running out of
CBS News 24/7, depending on our reporters in the courtroom and also these courtroom sketches. More testimony underway this morning in the sex trafficking and racketeering trial against disgraced hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. So right now we're hearing again from a special agent with the U.S. Attorney's Office, specifically in the very tough, historically Southern District of New York. She is walking the jury through records related to Combs' hotel stays in Los Angeles. So let's bring in CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman, stepping out of that courtroom to talk to us live outside the courthouse. Some pretty fascinating moments there. The jury having to look at some hard evidence.
Reed, that's absolutely right. This jury is finally seeing videos of the freak-offs, these sexual encounters that Sean Combs and his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura would have with other men. So they were shown them by the prosecution yesterday, and they're watching these in a way where we don't know exactly what they're seeing. They're wearing headphones in the courtroom. There are blinders on their screens. And now the defense is actually, during cross-examination, also showing them other portions of these videos because each side sees this as evidence in a very different way. The prosecution views this as evidence of the coercion of the alleged sex trafficking that was going on here, whereas the defense wants to show that these were consensual encounters, even if maybe some view them as unorthodox. It's also worth noting that this morning the judge reprimanded both parties. Excuse me. There was an article that came out that had some information from a sealed proceeding, and he's very upset about this. He says it's a violation. Both parties said they didn't know what was going on. He says someone is lying, and he's going to investigate because information from the sealed proceeding is not supposed to leave his chamber.
We need to investigate who the fuck leaked that goddamn Cassie video, bitch. You want to be investigating shit? When that investigation going in? I thought that supposed to been got investigated. Who leaked the Diddy and Cassie fight video at the International Hotel? I think if you want to investigate anything, I think that needs to be investigated first. We need answers.
Well, and as I ask this question, my friend, and I know what it's like to be on live TV and have a frog in your throat, you can just take a little bit of a break. We understand from what we're hearing out of the courtroom that Combs then called and texted his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, after that 2016 hotel altercation that was caught on tape or on video. What are those text messages?
Where that investigation had?
Yes, some of the evidence that we've been seeing is what was happening behind the scenes. So that Intercontinental Hotel incident where Combs appeared to assault Cassie Ventura on video. We saw these records of him writing her. He was telling her that he was going to be arrested. That wasn't true. He was fervently trying to get in touch with her. We also saw that his former chief of staff, Christina Coram, who's being viewed as a co-conspirator in this case, was also texting an assistant behind the scenes as they were trying to get the security footage. So we see all of these interactions with Sean Combs and Cassie Ventura, Sean Combs and Eddie Garcia, the security officer who ultimately handed over that footage, and people from his company who were working behind the scenes to get that. And this is all very important for the racketeering conspiracy case, Reed, for the prosecution to show that there was knowledge and an effort to cover up what was going on.
Prosecutors continue building their case, and we know, Katrina, you are on that case. We appreciate you so much for your reports from the courtroom.
The police leaked it. Like, we need answers. Like, yo, I think that's the biggest investigation that need to happen. Who leaked the international hotel video? So Sean G was in court today. See the fuck he had to say. That nigga Judge Sam Rainey just changed his whole mind. I wonder who he talked to. They need to subpoena his phone records. Hey, who the fuck you talked to over the weekend to make you change your stance on Jordan number 6?
Buffoonery that's going on there. There's a problem with the YouTubers. One YouTuber finna jump on another one down here.
Damn. YouTubers fighting at the Diddy trial?
All kind of stuff going on.
You getting out of control with it.
Saying something to another dude. You know what I'm saying? The girl.
Half a road, D Money.
Got in another dude's Instagram live, and the Instagram live dude was like, "Yo, I didn't say." Yo, it's all kind of stuff going on, man. It's all kind of stuff going on. But I don't get involved. I don't get involved with none of that. I don't get involved with none of that. I don't even speak to nobody. I don't want to speak to y'all. I don't want to speak. I just want to talk to myself. I just want to talk to myself and tell myself how great I am. Ravens fan 22. Problem is the best problem is the judge. He's doing judicial misconduct. Thank you for your channel membership. So, this
I told you a while ago, yo. You gotta watch these judges, man. Sometimes they ain't on the play. Sometimes they ain't on the play, man. Gotta keep an eye on them. Don't go in that bitch thinking they fair and impartial. I'm trying to tell you, maybe sometimes, but it depends on what's on the line. Depends on what's on the line.
Paralegal gets on the stand, and all they're going through, and one of the U.S. attorneys, I don't even know who it is. I'm not even interested in the prosecution no more. They got nothing. Everything that they got, the defense, Puffy's defense team, you understand, they knocked it out the box. Yo, send this video to academics. Send this video to academics. Anthony Logistics, what up? Blazing Marley, look at my vest though. Look at my vest though. I got the dope vest on. I got the best vest on in New York. I got the best vest.
Don't you funny as shit.
I don't even care what the prosecution does. The prosecution has been destroyed. Every witness they put on the stand has been destroyed. Every argument that they made has been proven false. Every premise that they've done, the defense has poked holes in it. There is no arson. There is no arson. Puffy did not blow up Kid Cudi's car. No fingerprints, no DNA, no video footage, no pictures, no eyewitness. Puffy was there. The DNA came back to a female. The only person on the planet Earth that puts Puffy at Kid Cudi's house is Capricorn Clark. And Capricorn Clark is just mad because Puffy was hitting it every once in a while, and she...
Capricorn Clark got motive to lie, man. Yo, you can't believe people that's under immunity deals, man. Everybody that's under immunity deal has a motive to fucking lie.
She wanted to be Puffy's main girl like Cassie was.
Yeah,
that's
but
why
dirty.
She didn't like Cassie. You understand?
Dirty ass sister.
Then Mark Agnifilo cross-examined her. She talking about mountain lions in Los Angeles. And she was on the phone with Laura London, Kid Cudi, and Cassie. And then Mark Agnifilo said, "You sure?" She said, "Well, maybe. I don't know if Laura London was on the phone." Come on, man. Come on, man. What's going on, LT? Come on. No arson, no nothing. Y'all go follow my girl LTJ.
Tea Lounge, at the Tea Lounge.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, my bad.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
I'm trying to get the beat shut down.
She playing that Michael Jackson. Y'all heard that Michael Jackson? Let me show you. I never let you down. Never let you down. Ow. Never let. So, no arson. Lovely Peaches, thank you for the super chat. So the arson thing is out the window. But what they talking about now is they going back. Tenny Garagos got some other forensic person on the stand. How you doing?
Hi.
You want to say hi to my people on YouTube?
Yeah,
check them out. I'm being on the stand. Oh, so you.
Yo, Diddy defense team only gonna be presenting their case for a week. I don't think they need to present nothing for real. Maybe explain domestic abuse, you know, drug effects on the brain. I mean, bringing a
Cassie was
expert
a willing
witness.
participant, right? Because I've gotten lost with juror number 6. Oh, the judge going to issue a 23.7C against the prosecution, against the defense. They finna remove 2 more jurors, the black juror, the white juror, the prosecution. I got lost, you understand?
I did.
But this case comes down to trafficking, man. That's one of the charges. Now, let's go back to May 15th. Check my note. Look at one of my members, Ravens fan. Karma Who is that right there? Karma Cartel. Why they need forensics? Ain't nobody on the lot. Gotta come down here and ask them, Karma Cartel. I don't know why they do that. All Cassie testimony. If they wanted to remove the black juror, they should replace with another black juror. Check my notebook out. Check my notebook out. Check my notebook out. Nobody, when I first got here, when we all first got here, nobody was taking notes. In the overflow, none of the other YouTubers, none of the other reporters, nobody was taking notes until they saw me with my notebook and me coming out here reading the notes. Layla Zia, Maureen Comey, is corrupt like her father was fired by Donald. Thursday, May 15th, Timmy Diamonds, thank you for that super chat. Sean, what do you think about the prosecution bringing in Brendan Paul, the drug mule, to testify? All these charges were dropped.
Yo, that nigga ain't no drug mule, man. Yo, the media, did a hold up, yo. Let me turn the camera around. Hold up. Yo, salute to the media, man. Yo, clap it up for the media, y'all. Yo, the media does a great job of shaping public opinion. I'm talking about masterful. Yo, they telling y'all that a guy that got caught with an ounce of cane was a motherfucking drug mule. Yo, a drug mule? Y'all know what a drug mule is? Yo, drug mules bring in thousands of keys weekly, monthly, at the very least. Yo, this nigga was a local guy that sold drugs to Diddy. You know what I mean? Yo, I think mule is a horrible word to put on y'all. Like, that nigga wasn't no drug mule. He probably didn't even sell drugs. That nigga probably was selling Diddy drugs out of his personal use. You feel me? Like, yo, the man ain't no drug. Yo, they gotta stop using that, man. All right, Christopher. They gotta stop using that, man. The nigga wasn't no drug mule. Wasn't no drug mule. And Diddy, just like as with NBA Youngboy, was buying drugs for his personal use. They act like this nigga was selling them. Like, yo, they really sitting over this bitch acting like Diddy was a fucking kingpin. That nigga Diddy brought drugs to use them. Just like most of America. You know what I mean? When dope fiends and shit get locked up, dude, they don't be trying to lock them niggas up for the most part. They try to go to the source. I mean, we'll cut you a deal if you give us who sold you these drugs. They don't be, but with Diddy case, but with Diddy case, they try to tell the world that, yo, look, he had all these drugs, but it was all personal use. He wasn't selling none of them. Even when he gave Cassie them drugs, he didn't make them pay. He could have charged them for that shit. The fuck you mean? How many pills you want? How many E-pills? I need $60. You know, back then, E-pills probably was still $20. I need $60, man. And he wasn't doing that. Then he was partying. And everybody wanted to be around him because Diddy party. And Diddy had drugs on deck. And we all know Americans love drugs.
He's a rat. He cooperated. They gonna make him, you gonna say this or we gonna charge you. That's what this is. All of Puffy's drug use is his personal drug use. All of the use of the substances have been for Puff. They've found little baggies with Puffy's money. He could have been buying 1,000 keys at a time, right? In Southern California with a cartel. He could have been doing that. But that's not his thing. You understand? Little bit amounts. He was trying to go to rehab. He got high. You understand? That's what he did. Cassie Ventura on the stand. Thursday, May 15th. This is her cross-examination
little trays and
by
shit.
Anna Esteveo.
Niggas buying
You
scramble.
took care of Puffy
So
for
they
11
buying
years.
scramble.
You loved Puffy for 11 years. You were both in love for 11 years. You called him Sean. Cassie, I was insanely jealous. We would break up and we would continue to get back together. Cassie, I loved him and I believe he loved me too.
That was like a sex trafficking
Cassie,
victim.
the early part of our relationship was filled with love and passion. Then, the defense showed an email, but the government objected and the judge wouldn't let them show it. They sent messages back to each other on a regular basis. Puffy, text message to Cassie. It makes me so happy that you will fly to Atlanta to see me. I miss you. Cassie, I will fly.
Here in Erie, the lake is great.
Yeah, I told y'all yesterday for the end of the live how Diddy felt about these freak offs. Like, yo, they acting like, yo, Cassie and 50 Baby Mama really had the power, y'all. Like, they had the power to stop the freak offs. You understand what I'm saying? And Diddy wasn't trying to stop no freak off. So, no matter what was going on, if they'd have called Diddy and was like, look, Diddy, I'm tired of how you treat me. If you don't get better with it, the freak offs is done. Man, Diddy would have turned, man, he would have got right so motherfucking fast. I was telling y'all yesterday how when 50 Baby Mama seen Diddy was in vacation with Young Miami, man, she called that nigga Diddy and said, look, you better leave that girl right now or I ain't doing no more freak offs. Man, Diddy left Miami at the beach. You heard me? Young Miami was on the beach by herself in 5 minutes. That's all he had to do. You threaten Diddy with a freak off or the ending of freak offs, man, everything stops. Everything stops, y'all. So they trying to make it seem like they ain't have no say in this and they was under Diddy control, but they really was the ones that was they had the control. Yeah, I mean, they had the control, yo. They controlled the freak offs. If the freak off was on or if it was off. And Diddy ain't with that. That man loved them freak offs, man. If Diddy come on today tomorrow, he going to a freak off. He gonna find him a little freak off girl. That shit ain't stopping. That nigga love that shit, man. I don't think he like nothing more.
Filming me? Huh? Filming me? Yeah, okay. So I'm asking if it's for who? No, it's not for you, good. Cassie. Puffy, it makes me so happy that you will fly to Atlanta to see me. I miss you. This is the Cassie. Puffy. Cassie back to Puff. I will fly to anywhere you are. I am a lucky woman. I love you. That's what Cassie said to Puffy.
He told, look, he on video telling, hold on, let's go, that's what he told 50 Baby Mother. That nigga said, man, you like crack. You feel me? Look, so, prime example. Yo, motherfuckers, it's hard as, yo, crackheads be crackheads for 20, 30 years. Crackheads last way longer than dope fiends. That nigga 50 told Shorty, man, you like my crack pipe. I'm gonna call you CP. So that just lets you know, yo, that yo, man, you threaten yo with the ending of freak offs, then he gonna get right. Where the fuck that shit at? Where that shit at, y'all? Wasn't that far back. God damn it. Hold up. We gotta find that so y'all see the fuck I'm talking about. Diddy crack pipe. Yo, check yo out, man. That nigga Diddy, man.
The DraftKings Casino app. It's got something for everyone.
That nigga love them motherfuckers, man. He can't wait till the next one. Just like they couldn't. Everybody couldn't wait till the next freak off. Like, them motherfuckers was epic.
Great time, stay in the light. Hey, baby, we had a great time, stay in the light. It's all good, get your rest. You are the crack pipe. That's my new name for you, crack pipe. Or should I call you CP? But yeah, I want you to stay in the light.
Yo, he called that girl crack pipe because of the freak offs. Man, she had all the power. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Yo, you can get a crackhead to do anything. So basically, if Diddy calling her his crack pipe, then that means she had all the power. You feel me? You see, you ever see what the crackheads do for a motherfucking hit? Shit. You kidding me? That motherfucker do some of the wildest things. That motherfucker got that bitch fix your whole car, nigga. Engine, everything. Give me 8 ball. Should be driving brand new. I'm trying to tell you.
Good time together. Like so much fun. So much fun. Now go rest up. Get in your bag. You know what I'm saying? Got your contract. Find a nice little spot. Put your mind at ease. And yeah, I had a great time. And I really, really want you to get some rest. I didn't know about you throwing up and all that. That's when I was like, hold up a second. All right, get some rest, baby. Love.
Told you. So that lets you know who had the power. If he looked at them like crack, that means they had all the motherfucking power. They could dictate any goddamn thing. You feel it? Hey, they can dictate anything, man. They can make Diddy motherfucker move a mountain. Look, Diddy. Diddy, if you don't get right, if you don't move this motherfucking mountain, we ain't having no more freak offs. Diddy would have made that mountain would have disappeared. Get that nigga a week. That bitch would have been gone. You heard me? He'd have got a whole construction team up that bitch. That man would have got a whole construction team up there. They'd have moved that motherfucker quick.
Cassie, you hungry, Papa? Puffy, did it make you miss me? Cassie, a lot. You didn't even respond to my message. Puffy to Cassie, I'm going to sleep now, so tomorrow could come faster so I can see you. Puffy, I love you so much, it makes me cry. Cassie, LOL. I'm so happy that we fell in love. Cassie, August 15th, 2009. Amazing. I love you so much until we don't care anymore. Cassie, I'm looking forward to being public with our relationship.
Look.
Cassie, Pop Pop. That's what she called him. Pop Pop. P.O.P. P.O.P. I really miss you. Puffy texts her back. Damn, me too. I can't wait to see you. BlackBerry phone. This is on a BlackBerry phone, August 22nd, 2010. Cassie, so you hung up. I haven't talked to you. You haven't spent 3.5 minutes on the phone with me. I don't need your money. I need your time. This is not how a relationship works. Then Puffy's attorney asked her, why did you send that? I wanted to spend time with him because I had fallen in love with him. I wanted to spend time with him. I wanted to make him happy. I did freak offs because I thought...
He definitely had, man. He definitely had. He done found his niche with this.
Cassie to Puffy on her BlackBerry phone. I love you so much. You make me a better woman, a better daughter, a better sister, and a better friend. Cassie to Puffy.
Look at that shit. He changed her life. I told y'all, yo, Diddy showed her the way, man. She was ecstatic about the role that Diddy played in her life, man. She loved it. A better daughter, a better friend, a better cousin. He just made her a better person in general, man. Salute to Diddy, man. Straight up.
Puffy, I can't wait to have a baby of our own. I wanted to be around him. He is an exciting, entertaining, and fun.
Right now, the prosecution playing dirty. The fuck just happened? They losing the narrative, so they playing dirty right now, man. That's what's currently going on. They got rid of the black juror, the black American juror, and more than likely they're trying to get rid of somebody else. But when it come down to the suspects / witnesses / victims that testified, man, they've been getting, the defense is running through them. All of them told lies and got exposed, and they all got immunity.
God. The relationship was exciting, fun, and passionate. Puffy trusted me with his secrets. I earned his trust. Puffy had a special place in my heart. BlackBerry phone. BlackBerry phone. August 5th, 2009. Puffy to Cassie. I miss you already. Cassie, me too. Puffy.
Y'all hit that like button. Y'all let's get the 50 likes on that 34 likes. Tap double tap double tap the screen twice for me, please.
Do you want to freak off? Cassie, I'm always ready to freak off. Puffy, you tell me the day you choose. Cassie, it can be whenever. Puffy, we could always do it during the week.
Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
Cassie, can we get jewels? Puffy, maybe. No, Puffy. Puffy to Cassie, can we get Jules? Cassie, maybe. Puffy, can you reach out to Jules? Cassie, I can.
Look, come on, y'all. Like, oh, I can't believe we going through this, right? I can't believe Diddy is on trial for this, y'all. Like, oh, this is egregious, dirty work. And everybody that's cheering this shit on, the YouTubers, they need to be ashamed. This is bogus, man. Like, I know I be laughing and joking, but y'all know I be serious at the same time. This is bogus, man. It's bogus. And now they losing the case, so they start playing dirty. Now they want to get rid of jurors and leak information and do all type of ill shit because they losing the case and they losing control of the narrative. All you gotta do, if you want to know what's going on, all you gotta do is go to one of them Instagram posts where they post about the case and read the comments. Read the women comments. Fuck what the guys are saying. Read what the women are saying, man. A lot of women ain't buying this shit. A lot of women like, yo, what the fuck? Like, oh, this is crazy. They knew what the fuck this was. They was complicit. They had a good time, man. Diddy lived a rock star lifestyle. If you wanted to be a part of it, drugs was involved. Sex was involved. Like, that's the lifestyle he lived. The feds try to make that shit a criminal organization. That's bogus, man.
August the 7th, 2009.
Glad to the channel from New York.
On the BlackBerry phone. I had a BlackBerry. I had the BlackBerry Curve. I had the BlackBerry Bold.
What's up, man?
I had all of the BlackBerries. I had the dope BlackBerry phone. I see money-hungry, consenting adults in a swinging lifestyle.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
August the 7th, 2009. 2 days later from the other joint. I can't, Puffy to Cassie. I can't wait to watch you get real hot. Cassie, me too. I just want to be uncontrollable.
That's facts.
Same day, Cassie to Puff. Puffy to Cassie, what you thinking about? Cassie sends him an explicit message. They couldn't even show it in the court. Puffy, I can't wait. That's why I want to see you. Cassie, I can't wait either. Puffy, I'm so horny. Cassie, oh my God. I was about to text you the same thing.
Look at Puffy, that shit.
You supposed to be seducing me all day.
Come on, man. Come on, man. This is bogus.
I'm nervous. I feel like I want to fuck. Puffy, I'm so horny, I can't concentrate. Cassie,
look, two
so
freaky
what
motherfuckers.
do we want to do? I'm going to buy the candles. I'm going to go check into the hotel to set up the room for the freak off. That's Cassie.
Come on now. Yo, this is fucking crazy. Yo, listen to her, y'all. She loved them freak offs, man. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't see it no other way. I'm not trying to hear he controlled her career. I ain't trying to hear he paid her bills. Man, fuck all of that. She loved them motherfuckers. Straight up. I'm telling you, she still doing freak offs too. When Diddy come home, him and Cassie might do an anniversary freak off, a coming home freak off. You heard me? If Diddy beat this case, Cassie and 50 Baby Mama may do a welcome home freak off.
Cassie, to Puffy, I'm going to buy some candles. I'm going to check in the room to set up the room for the freak off. Cassie going to set it up. Cassie finna go set it up. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? Where's the force? Where's the force? BlackBerry phone, August 18, 2009. I got the dope notes. I'm a note taker. I ain't no gangster, man. I'm a scholar, man. I'm a scholar, man. I'm a scholar. I write shit down. I put it on the dome. I got a strong mind. Then I write it down. Check me out. Cassie. August 18, 2009 on the BlackBerry. Cassie to Puff. I just deleted our video. It was so dope. Puffy, I'ma do it again.
All right,
Cassie.
Man. Let's see if we can get Sean G on the line, man. I got some questions for Sean G. Let me see if this nigga still woke. He probably is. That nigga be up.
Do you have any more pills on you? Any more opiates?
Yo, Sean G don't even want keeping it real, yo. And he taking notes. Like, Sean G is the only person I seen that's giving word for word testimony. Everybody else paraphrasing and giving you their point of view on it. He giving you word for word what was said in court. You gotta respect it, man.
December the 9th, 2009, on the BlackBerry joint. Wasn't no iPhones there. Wasn't no iPhones or none of that. Samsung Galaxy, wasn't none of that. BlackBerry. Puffy on the BlackBerry. Never mind 56, glory coming. Puffy on the BlackBerry joint. Thing I want to do to you, I want you to come more than you ever came.
Yeah, you gotta respect him, yo. You gotta respect him on this.
I like that. I want it. I want to give you the same. I want it to feel like you are my husband. I feel like you are my husband. I feel safe, and you are the only man.
Everybody else lying, yo. And we ain't have Sean G, motherfuckers that think Diddy was losing this trial. And these witnesses were believable. Well, I wouldn't think that because I told y'all before the trial even started it was bogus. But the average viewer will believe that, yo, Diddy is getting his ass whipped because that's the narrative that most of these YouTubers is running. But you find out that they all telling lies. They all making up stories. They all coerce the story.
Stop playing, man. Don't do that, man. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Where's the coercion at? Where's the coercion? Where's the coercion? Check me out. Check me out. I dressed down today. I ain't got no time today. I dressed down. So Puffy went to Cassie's 21st birthday party. He took Britney Spears and he took Dallas Austin. And Puffy kissed her at her 21st birthday. At that time,
for real. Got to.
Cassie was dating Ryan Leslie. And Ryan Leslie introduced Cassie to Puff. You don't never listen to the dudes out there.
They really need motherfucking cameras in federal court. That's really what they need. They need cameras in federal court, man. Like, that shit should be a crime that in 2025 federal courthouses still don't allow cameras in there. That's how they be able to get away with all of the slick bullshit that they do. Because the average federal trial ain't covered like this. So you don't know what the fuck be going on in these buildings. You know, and they probably be railroading people daily. You hear me? Black people especially. Yeah, but they don't release them. I'm sure they got cameras in that bitch, but you can't come in there with a phone. They don't release no video footage. All they give you is transcripts.
Don't never introduce your lady to another nigga, man. You don't do that. If I'm with a girl who already has a hot song out, she's modeling, Leslie introduced Cassie to Puff. Don't do that. You don't do that. You're not supposed to 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 do that.
Yeah, for real. Better give you transcripts.
Ryan Leslie introduced Cassie to Puff. We see how that turned out for Ryan Leslie. See how that turned out. At this time, when Cassie is with Ryan Leslie, Cassie is already a success. She already has a hot song out. She's modeling. She's linked up with Tommy Mottola. She has her own money, right? She's already famous, right? After Ryan Leslie introduced his girl to Puffy, and Puffy take her, Cassie used to come to New York, and she would spend time.
So Cassie was out of line just like 50 baby mother was. 50 baby mother started fucking with Diddy because Diddy was fucking with a homegirl. Ryan Leslie introduced Cassie to Diddy. She started fucking Diddy. Like, oh, come on, man. All these people was moving out of control, man. They all wanted in. That's why I be telling you, yo, be careful what you ask for. Matter of fact, Jamie Foxx just said the same thing. Hold up.
These WNBA girls are weird.
Yo, you gotta be careful what you ask for, man. Did I see that? Jamie Foxx calls social media super dangerous. Says fame isn't fun anymore. Be careful what you wish for.
Has there ever been a time in your journey that this hasn't been enjoyable?
Yeah.
Really?
I tell people all the time,
So,
be careful what you wish for. Because I'm a gregarious dude, and I just want to have fun, and sometimes people will take advantage of that, especially in today's world now, where you gotta be careful. Everything is looked at, everything is scrutinized. So I do a thing in my new stand-up. I'm going out on a new stand-up called Victory Lap. Okay. Yeah, on Hulu. But I talk about how fame is not necessarily fun anymore. Back in the day, fame was cool. You know what I'm saying? But now, it's kind of, it's tough, And what's crazy is everything that you're doing could be negated in one post. So it's an interesting. I think social media is good.
No, not yet. Right? No, we're gonna talk about his ass. We're gonna talk about Tyler Perry.
Has there ever been a time in your journey that this
Yo, be careful what you ask for, man. All of these people that was around Puffy, everybody, they asked for this. They just didn't know this. They didn't know what this was. But they knew from the outside looking in that they wanted parts. You see this man getting money, you know what I mean? Flying this place, going that place, around all these people. Yo, they wanted in. It just so happened that for some of these people involved freak offs. You know what I mean? That's what in was for them. Like if you want to be in my life, then this is what you're gonna have to do, man. And that's really what it was.
Puffy in New York in the hotels. Cassie testified on the stand that Puffy taught her how to do oral sex. Ryan Leslie was 10 years older than Cassie. October 14, 2007. We've only had 1 week together. I feel protected. You are the sweetest and most I feel safe when I'm with you. Cassie wrote a love letter to Puff. Cassie texts Puffy, I love to make love to you after the freak off and before the freak off. Puffy sends her a text. When are you on your period? Cassie, I'm skipping my period so we could do a freak off. Cassie to Puffy, I want to see you with a girl. And then she said she saw Puffy used to bring up a girl 2 times or 3 times, and Cassie would sit back and watch Puff have sex with another girl. July 16, 2012. Cassie texts Puffy, I'm horny and bored. I tipped the cleaning lady. I need your dick. Cassie to Puffy, I love you. I had so much fun with you. Puffy back to Cassie, I love you. Cassie, a lot of dicks, a lot of partying. Puffy,
you hear that? Shorty said a lot of dicks, a lot of partying. God damn. Cassie a dirty motherfucker, boy. Oh, nasty ass.
Sick? I'm sorry.
We ready to get the top part, yo. Hold up.
May 26, 2017. They role playing on my notes. On my note, Dark Skin Jermaine. Thank you for that super chat. Lesson here is don't date outside your tax bracket.
Oh, so you corporate types are rock stars?
Well, that's as ridiculous as rock stars.
All right, y'all want to get the top prize? Let's get the top prize, man. So, y'all know how I feel. I've been on Ty Perry Hills about his exploitation of Black America. So a guy white guy, as a matter of fact, accuses Tyler Perry of harassment. Quid pro quo, sexual harassment. Look, here we go. There go that word again. Work environment harassment, sexual harassment, the Ralph Act, workplace gender violence, violation of Bain Act, sexual battery, sexual assault, negligent retention, intentional infliction of emotional distress, retaliation. The fuck is going on, Tyler? I need Tyler like, man. The filing complaint. All right, hold on, we gotta read this. So it's a plaintiff, Derek Dixon, files his complaint against defendant Tyler Perry, aka Emmett Perry Jr. Oh yeah, so his name ain't even Tyler. Dirty bitch. You can lie about your name. What else he lied about? The following complaint is played on information and belief. This case arises from a sustained pattern of workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry, a powerful media mogul, against plaintiff Derek Dixon, a professional actor and screenwriter. Mr. Perry is an American actor, filmmaker, playwright who has built one of the most successful careers in film and television industry. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, sexual, exploitative dynamic with Mr. Dixon, initially promising him career advancements and creative opportunities, such as producing his pilot and casting him on his shows, only to subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. See, y'all? Prime example. He ain't go. Yo, you don't gotta go, yo. Like, yo, you don't gotta go. You feel me? You just gotta, you just ain't gonna get where you want to be. But you ain't gotta play the game, man. You ain't gotta play the game. Yo ain't play the game. He ain't play the game. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on Tyler Perry's show, The Oval, and while Mr. Perry held direct control over his employment, compensation, and creative opportunities. All right, we ain't gotta get to who Tyler Perry is. Oh shit, hold up. It say Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to molest, abuse, and sexual assault impressionable and vulnerable employees and the actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams. Just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby. All right, we ain't ready to do all that. Mr. Perry saw the one thing his wealth and influence could not purchase: a sexual relationship with a man who will remain silent. Damn, it's like the police. Perry told Mr. Dixon that his ideal relationship would involve a male sexual partner who he could provide for, who he would be loyal to, but emotionally detached, Perry told Dixon. Whoever ends up with me is going to be a happy motherfucker. In essence, Ms. Perry desired a one-sided coercive dynamic with a subordinate, an agreement devoid of mutual consent or emotional what the fuck is this? Reciprocity, I guess. Thus began Perry's calculated pursuit of Mr. Dixon. This was not Mr. Perry's first instance of sexual exploitation. He has demonstrated a troubling pattern of exploiting vulnerable male actors and employees, leveraging his industry power to create a cycle of hope and dependency. First, he offers aspiring actors the prospect of career-defining opportunities, roles that promise visibility and advancement. What's up, Delia? Then, once they are in his professional orbit, he uses the weight of his influence to ensnare them, positioning their success as contingent on meeting his demands in a quid pro quo sexual compromise. This pattern of behavior reveals a calculated use of professional power for sexual leverage. Using his influence, Ms. Perry provided vulnerable men with acting positions, roles, show contracts, cars, and money. Now, how many of these niggas was fucking? Hey, yo, hold up, yo. We might gotta go back and look at some of them Tyler Perry movies. See how a couple of them boys got there, man. Never know. One Terry Crews. It was Terry Crews fucking with y'all at one point. Yo, niggas crazy, yo. I've been to punch Tyler Perry right in his fucking mouth. Yo, they know who to try this shit with. They know who to try this shit with, man. Ain't no fucking way. Yo. Similar to what I be saying with YouTube, right? Yo, I don't want it that bad. You understand? Yo, whenever you want something to where you willing to sacrifice yourself, like I said before, there's going to be people that use that against you. Yo, I'm telling you now, I don't want it that bad. I don't want it that bad to have to sacrifice my morals, principles, my beliefs, and none of that. Like, fuck that shit. If I got to sacrifice any of that, anything that I stand on or was raised on or my beliefs, then, yo, that shit ain't for me. But it's some people that's willing to sacrifice all of that. And if you're willing to sacrifice all of that, yo, you then can't say you're a victim. Like the Diddy situation. You willing to sacrifice everything. You willing to sacrifice your body, your mind, your soul. It's people that's willing to buy that shit, man. You feel me? It's people that's willing to buy that shit. Once the object of his desires was hooked, Tyler Perry would then put them in fear of losing it all unless they engaged in Mr. Perry's perverted desire for sexual gratification. Mr. Perry would easily kill off a character in the show of an actor who failed to indulge. Yo, who got killed, y'all? Who got killed in one of Tyler Perry's shows, man? Yeah, we gotta go back and look at the movies. We gotta go back and look at the movies, man. In one such exchange, Perry stated that he could fix things because the actors of his shows was filming. He was filming should all be scared because they were all shot at. And we don't know who lives. Meaning that Tyler Perry was going to use this as a tool to gain compliance with his desires. Derek Dixon. All right, so let's get to the messages. Can y'all see that? But I swear to you, I know how to fix this. I love killing the motherfucker in the show that no one expects. So that's Tyler Perry. You could be sipping my teas, counting coconuts right now. Think about the last episode. They were all shot. We don't know who lives. Exactly. I'm scared. They should be too. Nope, they're not. Last time I checked, we all got the same bullets in us. The fuck does that mean? Derek Dixon was Mr. Perry's sexual desire ever since they became acquainted. Dixon was working as part of the event staff for a party hosted by Mr. Perry. When Perry noticed, hold on, let me make this smaller. When Perry noticed him, Perry immediately offered Dixon the chance to audition for a part in one of his TV productions. Dixon agreed and was on the set with Perry behind the cameras for weeks in close quarters. During the time of filming, Perry would see flirtatious text messages to Dixon. He would send, all right. For example, in one message, Perry stated that he was jealous when he saw Dixon going on a walk with another man named Brad. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, these things. Hey, y'all to quit. Yo, see y'all to quit, yo. First text like this. I'm out of there. This job ain't for me. Why did that photo make you jealous? You two together? Yo, what the fuck? Haha, I don't know. It's just Brad, LL. He just wanted to go for a quick walk to get his steps in. And now I'm walking to Chipotle by myself. Get that Chipotle. This nigga crazy. He nigga weirdos, right? And another text message Perry stated to Dixon, what is it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. The plaintiff carefully negated a friendly demand to prevent the loss of income and opportunity on the one hand. On the other hand, a firm boundary against prior advances Often, when Mr. Pryor started drinking, he would demand more attention from plaintiff and get more aggressive with flirting. So this is what he texted. Yo, you should not be texting somebody that work for you this. Hey, yo, what the fuck, yo? He trying to coerce that man into a motherfucking. They're trying to coerce that man into a motherfucking gay relationship. You said you can, yeah, yo, you can still be religious, yeah, you know what I mean, and not deal with guilt. You know, you ain't gotta leave Christ, you know, to come over to the dark side. Yeah, you know I mean, like you can come on over, yo. You can still believe in God, yo. I know a lot of people that did it. Dirty bitch. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Hey, yo, these niggas is crazy, yo. All these niggas is weirdos, man. On one occasion, hold up. When Mr. Pryor was drinking, he started to become extremely annoyed. When Mr. Dixon avoided him, Mr. Pryor stated that of the 600 people in his phone book, he only wanted to talk to Mr. Dixon. Yo, here we go. What are you doing, Derek? What are you doing, Derek? That nigga held that shit. Derek! That nigga crazy. Hey, yo. Nigga better ever send me no message like that. Yo, don't make my name longer than it's supposed to be, yo. Straight up and down. You send me a motherfucking name. You text my name. Yo, my name got 4 letters. Not 5, not 6, not 8. That shit got 4 letters. You ready? Let's make that shit simple. Nigga said Derek. Hey, yo, fuck out of here. Yo, these niggas is crazy. Hold up, y'all. Oh, goodness. Just talking to my sister. Arrow. Yo, sister, my arrow. Fine. Good night, bitch. I wanted to talk to that motherfucker. I wanted to get freaky that I was drinking. I'll go through 600 people in my phone book and be annoyed that I don't want to talk to any of them. So he said he's trying to get off so he can go to sleep. I understand. Apparently, you're not the only one that's been drinking tonight. Just started. They didn't. LOL. Yo said, Derek. Yo, crazy. Wow, that's... All right, so, that's what he said, all right? So Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Mr. Pryor's sexual aggressions while keeping on Mr. Pryor's good side. Ms. Pryor made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Pryor or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Indeed, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest at the end of the first season on the Oval, and Pryor always held that over his head, implying that Dale would survive if Dixon kept Pryor happy. Once Pryor recognized the extent of the control he had over Mr. Dixon, he escalated his behavior. On multiple occasions, Mr. Pryor sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one incident he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon told a drunken Pryor no, and attempted to remove Pryor's hands, but Mr. Pryor held tightly onto Dixon's wrist. Mr. Dixon was able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject. Yo, what the fuck, yo? Yo, yeah, Diddy, yo, shit, no. No, I don't think Pryor can fuck with Diddy. No, Diddy ain't like guys. Diddy like to see guys fuck his girls. Tyler Perry like guys. You know what I mean? Tyler Perry wouldn't have lasted in a Diddy freak off. I don't think so. I don't know if he was that freak. The day after the assault, Ms. Pryor called and texted Dixon relentlessly saying, "Tried you. Call me." What? "And I really need to talk to you, please, so call as soon as you can." Finally, when Mr. Dixon answered Tyler Pryor's calls, Ms. Pryor profusely apologized for his sexual assault while blaming it on other things. Pryor continued, he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. On the same very call, where he apologized for the sexual assault against Dixon, Pryor told Dixon, and don't worry, we're going to do your show, referring to the pilot that Pryor knew that Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dixon got a call from Pryor's lawyer saying that Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise and the show was greenlit. Pryor's attorney explicitly warned Dixon not to tell any other actor on the show about Dixon's rise because no other actors were getting a raise, only Mr. Dixon. Pryor kept telling Dixon that he was sorry and that the harassment would not happen again. However, the harassment and assault continued. Ms. Pryor would also try to deflect blame for the sexual assault by saying Dixon didn't have a strong enough no. What the fuck? Yo told him no wasn't strong. He had to put some bass in his voice. He probably told no, bitch. That's what he probably told. Yo probably had like a soft no. I mean, soft no's don't work in the entertainment industry, y'all. It gotta be a hard, firm no. That's the only way they gonna get it. Soft nose, that shit gonna get you tried, y'all. So look, if you plan on getting in this industry, know that. You gotta have hard nose, no soft nose. That shit ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Pryor told Dixon that you have to be able to say no to proposition for sex and mean it and make it clear. Dixon did not know how to answer without facing retaliation, cancellation of his production contract, or perhaps being killed off the show. So instead, Dixon made a joke out of the situation, stating, I only say yes to sex if it gets me an Oscar. Oh, shit. Hey, yo. Yo, this shit crazy. Hey, Charlie, why you tell me read this, man? Hey, Charlie, this your fault, man. Yo, that nigga said, man, you bit that shit. Fuck that. I changed my whole take on it. He wanted in. He wanted in too. Yeah, no, he ain't no different than Cassie. He ain't no different than motherfucking 50 baby mother. This nigga wanted in. All he needed was an Oscar. If you could guarantee that boy an Oscar, he was going to do some of the strangest things. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Yeah, he wanted in. So this is the text message thread right here. How is your no? Is it stronger? You got to have a strong no. Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real. Well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear. Damn, yo, that shit crazy. Yo, that's really what the fuck be going on in that bitch. I only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Well, the only thing you could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison. Hold up. Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison. Oh, you talking about Harvey Weinstein. So just stick to no, unless you're really into him. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, this shit crazy. All right, yo, so they're not giving out Oscars no more for sexual advances, y'all. So scratch everything I just said. You cannot get an Oscar for fucking a producer in the entertainment industry. Those days is over. That shit died with Harvey Weinstein. You might get a Grammy now. You know, you might can get a motherfucking what's the other awards? An Emmy. You feel me? Might get an Emmy, but you ain't getting no motherfucking. You ain't getting what was it? An Oscar? You ain't getting no Oscars, man. That shit dead. Those days died. Those days is over. In response, Tyler Perry stated, the only one who could have gotten that Oscar for you through sex is in prison. So just stick to no unless you're really into him. Perry reveals through these messages that The no he was referring to was Dixon's no in exchange for sex, in exchange for promotion in the industry, classically known as quid pro quo, sexual harassment. Pryor sent this message to Dixon because that is exactly what Pryor was doing. At some point, Dixon left Atlanta and moved to Santa Monica to create distance from Tyler Pryor. However, even at long distance, Pryor continued the sexual harassment. Hey, yo, this nigga crazy. I think that's it, y'all. Yeah, these niggas wild. There gotta be more to this. This is 35 pages. California. All right. In or around September 2019, plaintiff worked for an event company called Legendary Events in Atlanta that was hired to organize defendant Pryor's studio opening party. Plaintiff was recruited by Tony Conway, the owner of Legendary Events and a close friend of Tyler Pryor. Ms. Conway decided to place Dixon directly in a role at a party that required frequent conversation with Tyler Pryor. Defendant Pryor picked plaintiff out of a crowd of employees present at the party and began asking plaintiff questions about his employment status and whether plaintiff was an actor. In or around early October, and on the last day of the party, defendant Pryor insisted that he and plaintiff exchanged phone numbers, and Pryor subsequently texted plaintiff to introduce himself. Pryor began asking Dixon about his dreams and aspirations. Dixon told Pryor that he was interested in acting and writing. Pryor then told Dixon to do an audition over the phone and send it to Pryor. Dixon told Pryor he was at a Halloween party. Pryor asked to see pictures of Dixon in a costume, and Dixon complied. What the fuck? Yo, why the fuck would you do that? See that? Look, he was already on him from the rip. Yo, he failed the test. He failed the test, man. He said he played gay in the Oval. Okay. Yeah, so that was the play. So he lined him up. He lined him up. Let me see if y'all play gay. Yeah, man. Let me see if he'll send me a picture of his costume. He did it all. So let the games begin. Once he texted the pictures of his motherfucking costume, it was showtime. In Tyler Perry's mind, that was yes. Like straight up, you'll probably told him stand sideways. Let me get a sideways pic. Nasty ass niggas. Yeah, that nigga probably said about a sideways Chris Halloween pic. Yo, what the fuck is going on in the world, man? Look, when Pryor saw the pictures, he texted Dixon. I was going to say, your cowboy needs a sugar daddy. Look, I told you. What I tell you? That was the introduction. That was, he shouldn't have never sent them that. Sending him that picture was his first mistake. That was his very first mistake in the whole ordeal. You don't send a man no picture of your costume, my nigga. You's a grown-ass man, bro. Like, what the fuck do you need to see a picture? Nigga, you come to the party, nigga. The fuck, nigga? I posted it on Instagram. Yeah, man, go check it out there. But, you don't need a personalized copy. No, that's dead. You don't need no personalized copy of my costume, my nigga. So, look, Pryor continue with, you look great. You're just lasting costume parts. Sorry, don't want to offend, Dixon responded. Not at all. It's so true. Half-ass costume, to which Pryor replied, what's true? Cowboy needs a sugar daddy? I knew it. I told y'all. Y'all think I just be talking, man. Like, I don't just be talking. I know I be joking, but I'm always serious. Like, trust and believe, I'm serious. Implying that Pryor wanted to be Dixon's sugar daddy. Dixon quickly shut down those comments by reiterating what he said earlier, that the truth was that he was lacking costume parts. Shortly thereafter, Dixon boss of Legendary Events called Dixon and told him that Tyler Perry was having another event in Los Angeles, specifically wanted Mr. Dixon to fly from Atlanta to Los Angeles to work on the event. Excited for the opportunity to fly to Los Angeles, Dixon was flattered and jumped on the opportunity to meet Tyler Perry again. Shortly after, during the event on November 3rd, 2019, defendant Perry sent plaintiff several text messages that he would love to find plaintiff a job and change plaintiff's life, insisting that they should make it happen. Price and Dixon would turn out to be an anonymous warning. Be careful hanging around me. yo, be careful hanging around me, man. Hey, shit get a little weird sometimes, you know. That nigga put them motherfucking them drugs up in him. You know they all on drugs. Don't put them drugs up in them. You never know what's gonna happen. Motherfucker, life like a box of chocolates. That nigga told that nigga life is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you gonna get. Fuck around with Tyler Perry, man. Best stay the fuck away from him. Yeah, for real though, yo. Mr. 6'5". Yeah, he lied. Be careful hanging around me. I cause dreamers to dream big. Oh, there they go. I cause them not only to believe but do. Then let's make it happen. You're an artist. You have to be fulfilled. Nothing else will suffice. Fulfilled with what? Jesus Christ. Yo, these niggas is crazy. The very next day, defendant sent an email which contained an offer from plaintiff to play a role in Dale and Price's television series Ruthless. Price said it was a small role that could get a lot bigger, thereby setting up the first stage in a series of escalating quid pro quo offers. At this point, Dixon did not know that Pryor was interested in men. Or, come on, bro. You knew. Fuck that. I done knew off the rip. You knew, nigga. We gonna keep it real. We ain't doing that. Nigga, you knew. Fuck that. The nigga asked you to send you a picture of your costume. He flew you out. He took, man, you knew. If you ain't knew, you's a goddamn dumbass. The fuck you mean? I knew. The fuck I knew off the rip. Or that he was looking for a sexual relationship. Dixon assumed that Tyler Pryor was genuinely a caring person who discovered that talent that Dixon always felt he had. Dixon filmed his roles in Ruthless in mid-November and went back. He put him in a gay movie. Y'all say Ruthless was a gay movie, right? That was the trial run. That's like when they be trying to get niggas to kiss a man. Let me see if you'll kiss. Let me see if I can put him in a dress. It's all the same, man. It's all the same. Once they see they can put you in a dress, now next they know they think they can put you in a pretzel. Like, yo, it's this shit weird, man. It's a dirty game, man. In mid-November, he went back to his job as an event staff for Legendary Events. Approximately 1 month later, Pryor bought and gave Dixon a new car because he hated Dixon's Jeep. Dixon was surprised and elated. Dixon had no idea that he was being set up by Mr. Pryor for extreme dependence. He's a dumbass. In December 2019, Dixon was requested to be a part of the event staff at another event at Pryor's home in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. After that event, Pryor started frequently sending text messages, making phone calls, and demanding that Dixon give Pryor some attention. On New Year's Eve 2019, Ty Pryor texted Dixon, "I can't tell you the last time I pumped gas, or went to the supermarket, or fly a commercial, or packed a bag, or had good sex. It was before I was rich." He knew. I ain't trying to hear that, nigga. You wanted to play ball, nigga. You wanted to play ball. He killed your character, nigga. That's the fuck happened, nigga. You wanted to play ball. You was in it. You was just playing hard to get. You wanted an Oscar. Nigga, if he could have got you an Oscar, we wouldn't even have this lawsuit. If this nigga could have got an Oscar lawsuit, done. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. These messages, Dixon found these messages to be strange and untowardly coming from someone like Tyler Perry. But being new to the industry, Dixon played along by downplaying the sexual comments and hoping that being around Pryor would allow him to showcase his talents as an actor and writer. So he wanted in. He just said it. Soon after Dixon began giving Pryor more attention, Pryor made his move on Dixon. On January of 2020, just a few months after the first acting gig, Pryor invited plaintiff to his home in Douglasville County, Georgia. Plaintiff showed up to the home hoping that he would be given a chance to befriend Pryor and show him how talented an actor he was. At Pryor's home, Dixon was served with many alcoholic drinks, which Pryor also partook in. My bad. Dixon felt that Pryor was genuinely interested in Dixon's talents as an actor and writer. Yo, dumb. That nigga wanted you on a platter, nigga. that nigga Tyler Pryor was looking at him like a pork chop. You heard me? Tyler Pryor was looking at that boy like a motherfucking sausage egg McGriddle from McDonald's. That's how Tyler Pryor, he look at you like a piece of meat, my nigga. Pryor made no sexual advances at Dixon while they were drinking, and the conversation was friendly. At the end of the night, Pryor told Dixon not to drive home. Uh-oh. A lump crab cake, yeah, like for motherfucking what's that shit on for Valentino's? You heard me? Pryor said it was dangerous and that Dixon was too inebriated to drive home. Dixon agreed and was escorted to a separate guest room, not knowing that this was a ruse to allow Pryor to assault Dixon. Dixon was tired and did not have pajamas, so he got into the bed only wearing underwear. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You was trying. Get the fuck out of here. Ty Pryor fuck this nigga. Yo, fuck him. I ain't hearing that, nigga. What the fuck you mean? You got in the bed with your underwear on, bro. At a stranger house. That been sending little shots your way for who knows how long by now. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You might as well jumped in the bed with Tyler Perry, nigga. Lying ass, nigga. This nigga don't deserve $1. He don't deserve a goddamn $1. He wanted that shit. He was asking for it. Nigga was being seductive. Yeah, that nigga Tyler Perry seduced him. Hey, yo, got seduced. Hey, fuck out of here. These niggas crazy. But before he knew what was happening, Dixon felt someone slip into the bed behind him and started rubbing Dixon's body around his inner thigh in a highly sexual and subjective manner. Dixon turned around and saw that Tyler Pryor was in bed with him. At this point, Dixon's stomach started to turn. He began feeling nauseous. Instinctively, Dixon jumped out of the bed and told Pryor that he wasn't that sexual. What? Tyler Pryor ignored the comments and told Dixon to turn around so Pryor could see him naked in his underwear. Pryor then commented on how beautiful Dixon's body was. Dixon once again told Pryor that he was not into sex. Dixon kept informing Pryor that he was not into sex in order to keep Pryor at bay, while at the same time not insulting the person who was dangling his career in front of him. In response to Dixon's frequent assertions that Dixon was not into sex, Pryor started prying further. Pryor would send Dixon a text message saying, "I will hope that you will let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me. I hope you get past that block in your mind." What? I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Yo, try to make the man gay. Yo, that shit crazy. Nigga say, hey, yo. So first he told him, yo, ain't nothing wrong with being gay. Yo, Jesus will forgive you. I mean, but so many words, that's what he told him. Yo, you can still fuck men, yo, and be a believer of Christ. Like, don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Now he telling him that he hopes to block in his mind. No, he got to lay down them barriers, man. He got whatever block that he got up, you need to let that shit go. He told the man the best years of your life. You're missing the best years of your life. Trust me. Hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Pryor was implying that Dixon will hopefully get past the block in his mind and will let Terry make love to him. Yo. Yo, this is crazy. Well, it's not this person, but yes, I want. These niggas crazy. After the assault in January, Dixon felt betrayed. Pryor continued to call and text Dixon every day, asking him to talk to him more. Dixon ignored Pryor, which led Pryor to text him, Derek, why don't you text me more? The more Dixon ignored Pryor, the more aggressive Pryor became until finally Pryor offered Dixon a part in the new show called The Oval. Come on, you weren't supposed to take the part, nigga. You took the part. Come on, like why do you see this? The thing be pissing me off with these people. Why they don't act like they don't see what's going on? You took the part, man. You sold your soul. So you know you know what come with the part, man. You know, like should it come with the part? Is it right that it comes with the part? No. But leading up to giving him this part, he already was letting them know, like, yo, I got you. All you gotta do, party a little bit, party, like Diddy's told Fabulous. You can't just party once. You got to party. We need twice the fun. Dixon was intrigued and was hoping that this would be a big break that he was looking for a chance for him to display his acting talent. On February 11th, 2020, Pryor told Dixon to quit his job at Legendary Events and come work exclusively for Pryor. Pryor was not able to control Dixon, so as long as Dixon had a secondary income that was providing him his basic needs. Once Dixon quit his job due to his role on the Oval, Pryor started getting more and more personal with Dixon, knowing that Dixon was now under his control. Pryor would often say things like, I give, and no one does anything for me in return. No one ever gives me what I want or what I need, implying that Dixon was not giving him sex. Pryor started asking Dixon about Dixon's sexual preference and what role Dixon took on when engaging in sexual acts, i.e., whether he was a top or bottom, which in sexual terms means whether Dixon preferred to give or receive. Yeah, so this nigga was gay. Get the fuck out of here, man. You fuck that nigga. He lying. That nigga Ty Pryor was fucking this shit out this guy. Pryor further indicated to Dixon that he had sex with men before and that he was a top. Pryor further told Dixon that when you have, and when you hit, what the fuck, yo? These niggas crazy. I'm not doing that. Y'all see what he said. Y'all see what Ty Pryor, what they say Ty Pryor told him. So the issue was they both was tops. Like, how does that work? We need hold the fuck up. How does this work, yo? How does two tops have a relationship? Ain't that gotta be like a conflict of interest? That gotta be like a conflict of interest, man. Pryor further told, so that's why Ty Pryor make the man in his movies always a shitball or abusive or, you know what I mean? That's why. He don't like men at all. He probably mad he a man. Pryor further told plaintiff that he wanted a man who was in a relationship with another individual, but with whom he could be emotionally involved and engaged in sexual acts with, like a friend with benefits relationship, because Pryor did not have time to deal with the emotional aspects of a relationship, only the physical. Despite these comments, Dixon knew that a full throttle refusal would land him in a doghouse and might result in his role being cut on the Oval. Fearing that his career would end before it began, Dixon put up these comments and continued to maintain that he was not the sexual type. On or around March of 2020, Dixon received the script for the Oval. He was written in as a season regular, and therefore expected to quit his job with Legendary Events. Dixon's character was written in as a gay, homeless, and desperate store clerk who had to sleep with one of the other characters for a place to stay. More importantly, hey yo, that nigga made him a real life character. Hey yo, fuck no. Hey, Ty Pryor made your fucking role in a movie the life he was living in real life, or the life that Tyler Perry wanted for him. Yo, this nigga crazy. We gotta start paying attention to movie roles, y'all. Yo, that is crazy, y'all. Yo, put him in a movie. That's what he wanted him to be for him. So he said, "Fuck, if you ain't gonna be it for me, I'm gonna make you it in a movie, nigga." Fuck wrong with you, nigga? More importantly, at the end of the season, his character would be shot 4 times in the chest. Dixon felt that this was a way for Pryor to test Dixon out for a year and see if he would be loyal to Pryor. When Dixon asked Pryor about the shooting, Pryor indicated that if Dixon did a good job, Dixon would be back. Yo, I don't know, yo. They went in, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, you're not a victor. You want it in. They want it in, bro. Like I told you, I don't want nothing this bad, yo. I don't want nothing this bad. Like, if you want shit this bad, it's gonna be people that use it against you, yo. That's just human nature. It's human nature. Is it right? No, it's not right. But that's human. It's never gonna end. It's never gonna end. This is human nature. This is what people do to other people. As fucked up as it is, that's why you gotta have your integrity intact. That's why you gotta have morals. That's why you gotta have principles. That's why you gotta have standards. That's why these things are important, man. I be telling my kids, yo, don't ever do nothing that's outside of what you stand on. But I don't give a fuck how much money they trying to pay you, man. Wild Prairie Nights. Oh shit, we gotta do it. And it went from Wild King Nights, and now busy they call it Wild Prairie Nights. Wild Prairie Nights in full effect, y'all. No, Malik, man, fuck no. Man, fuck no. I'd have punched Ty right in his fucking mouth. And went to jail and whatever the fuck had to come with it. Yo, you're not ready to play with me like that, bro. That man been yo, come on, yo. Off the rip. Like I said, he should have never sent them the picture. He should have never sent them the picture. Yo, you sent that man a picture of your costume violation. You already knew that the fix was in. The fix been in A since that picture. Dixon would be back in that a shooting didn't necessarily mean that Dixon's character was out of the script for future seasons. Pryor continued that Dixon's character was only shot in the chest, not in the head. Look, so he leaving the door open. So he shot he killed his character on purpose. I mean, shot his character on purpose. So now it's like, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Your character, he could be dead, he could be alive. You know, it's up to you. It's up to you. I mean, we can bring him back. We can resurrect him like Jesus. Or, you know, you can find another job. Or you can go back to legendaries. Now what you want to do, yo, like, you know, the choice is yours. The choice was his, right? Dixon immediately understood that his job security depended on his relationship with Pryor. From this point on, Dixon worked with the constant fear of losing his job if he did not engage with and endure Pryor's sexual harassment. Shortly after giving Dixon this news, and after telling Dixon that future seasons were dependent on Dixon doing a good job, Tyler Pryor invited Dixon to his home in Atlanta. Plaintiff asked questions and tried to wiggle his way out of the invitation because he remembered what happened the last time the two were alone. However, plaintiff knew that his job, security, income, and livelihood depended on his attendance. Plaintiff had seen other employees of Pryor who had experienced sudden deaths on the show when they fell on Pryor's bad side. In fact, Pryor made it clear to Dixon that he would often kill characters in order to get an actor to be loyal or obedient. When Dixon arrived at his home, Tyler Pryor gave him a warm welcome and was very friendly. Soon after, Tyler Pryor started asking Dixon a slew of sexually charged questions, even asking if Dixon liked it rough in bed. Yo, I'm sorry, y'all. Yo, this is hilarious to me, yo. Yo, this is hilarious to me, yo, because I don't understand. Yo, maybe I don't understand, yo. Yo, I don't get it. Like, yo, you're a grown ass man. Like, I don't get. Yo, you can't ask me nothing like that, bro. Like, how do people allow this? Yo, I just think it boils down to not having morals, not having principles. That's the only thing. Yo, if you got morals and principles, you're not standing for this, yo. Fuck you, bro. Yeah, I would say fuck a job, a career, a person. Like, yo, fuck that. Like, yo, what you think this? Like, yo, what the fuck? You done lost your motherfucking mind. I'm out of here. Like, yo, you was tripping, my nigga. People gotta just, I don't know, yo. I don't know what to tell people. But don't stand for this. For real. Shit. It depends. If their career over, that's the thing, yo. As long as their career blossoming, you ain't gonna hear nothing about it. You understand what I'm saying? As long as their career is still rising, yo, you ain't gonna hear shit because they know the game. It's when the career is over. It's when it becomes a problem. It's when the money start rolling in. Now it's like, oh shit, you did this, you did that. No, bitch, you wanted this. You wanted this, man. You wanted in. This is it. This is what it looks like. Now you can leave, or you can, indulge. Perry then physically reached out and violently grabbed Dixon's throat, attempted to physically choke Dixon, and remarked, "Wow, look how excited you just got. You do like that." Dixon was horrified, shocked, and a panic. Dixon never thought Tyler could get so violent and would place his hands on Dixon's throat in a sexual aggressive manner. Dixon did not enjoy or consent to any of this conduct. Dixon was in shock and took steps to immediately de-escalate the situation. See, yo, the problem is, they both was tops. Whatever the tops is, it don't sound like two tops. It don't sound like positive and negative. I don't think, I don't think that shit work like that. You feel me? So, I don't know, man. Ty probably barked up the wrong tree, man, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. Due to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020, filming for the Oval was postponed indefinitely. I told you, during the period of time in which filming for the Oval was postponed, Ty Pryor would make FaceTime calls and other contacts to Dixon almost every day, treating Dixon as his on-call pet. Dixon felt obligated to answer for fear of losing his role, income, and career. Pryor often asked about Dixon, about his whereabouts, often demanded that Dixon respond immediately. When he didn't, Pryor would send text messages to Dixon saying, "Derek, what are you doing?" That's probably crazy as shit. Additionally, Pryor was jealous for anyone who Dixon had a relationship with. Todd Pryor told Dixon that if Dixon got COVID-19 from his roommates at that time, Dixon would not be able to shoot the Oval. Pryor encouraged Dixon to move into one of the on-set studio houses owned by Pryor, while Pryor had more control over Dixon's whereabouts. Therefore, Pryor would text plaintiff about other actors on the show, Ruthless. Pryor told Dixon how he manipulated employees through ruthless retaliation. Pryor told Dixon that if he did not like the way an actor behaved or the way an actor was acting, the character would simply die in season 2. Dixon understood that Pryor was informing Dixon to be cautious about disappointing or upsetting Pryor. As a result, Dixon continued to put up with Pryor's subjective messages and sexual advances while doing his best to protect himself by taking notes and assuming evidence of sexual harassment and keeping old text messages. In one conversation in or around April 2020, Pryor told Dixon that Pryor imagined Dixon prancing around in a cowboy outfit. Look, and didn't he have a cowboy outfit on before? I told you. He had a cowboy outfit. Look, I do that, yo. Go back to the first message. And that Pryor did things to Dixon. And that he couldn't talk with Dixon about any further because they were so wrong. In or around April 2020, while Dixon was living in a studio home was on set, Pryor often coerced Dixon to drink alcohol and then get on the phone with Pryor. Pryor would frequently have someone drop off alcohol at Dixon's door. Pryor would eventually turn these phone calls into sexual explicit rants. Pryor would get frustrated with Dixon and tell Dixon that he was not giving Pryor what he needs. Dixon's refusal to succumb to Pryor's sexual advances caused Pryor to become even more frustrated. Eventually, Pryor warned Dixon that if Dixon told his castmates about the harassment, Dixon would be opening himself up to a lot of questions and foolishness, and demanded that Dixon not discuss any of their conversations with his castmates. Pryor upped the stakes by telling Dixon point blank that he was not to tell anyone about their friendship. Pryor told Dixon that it should remain a secret, and he tried to make it seem like a secret was for Dixon's benefit. Pryor continued to sexually harass Dixon. On June 27, 2020. Defendant Pryor tested Dixon that all he wanted for his birthday were biscuits and BJs. You told the nigga he wanted biscuits and BJs. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking hell of a combination. What the fuck? Oh man. Referring to blowjobs, oral sex. But that all Pryor ever received were biscuits. Insinuated request for oral sex from Dixon. The way you oh my gosh, yo. Yo, we living in a fucking crazy ass world, man. This nigga crazy, yo. These niggas is wild, yo. See, yo, that's why. Yo, this is why they don't let anybody get in. Yo, this is why, yo, because a lot of people ain't standing for this shit, man. For real. It's some people that's willing, there's some people that's will. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that ain't standing for this shit. Like, no, fuck that. Like, fucking. Man. So when you wonder why you ain't get on, now you know. You weren't willing to play ball. You need to be happy. You understand? Every opportunity lost ain't really opportunity lost, man. Sometimes you might have been saved. You know what I mean? You might have got saved, to be honest. The text followed by other messages calling Dixon cutie, and that Pryor was just thinking about Dixon. Despite these advances, Dixon continued to act professionally and continued to tell Pryor he was not sexual. That seemed to be the only way to keep Pryor at bay while keeping his job. In July of 2020, Pryor remarked about how much he loved the script for Dixon's television series called Losing It, and exclaimed that he wanted to shoot the pilot for it. Pryor would never really work toward that goal. And what Pryor was really doing was making Mr. Dixon more dependent on Pryor, so Pryor could later extract sexual favors from Dixon as a quid pro quo to produce the plot. In or around August of 2020, Dixon and his castmates began shooting for the Oval after delays due to COVID-19 pandemic, during which time all castmates and crew lived on studio set in a quarantine bubble. Shortly after Pryor confided in Dixon, the two cast members were pissing him off, and that Pryor swore that he knew how to fix this shit. Pryor added that he loves killing a motherfucker in a show that no one expects. That he was going to shoot them all shot and kill them motherfuckers characters, referring to killing off characters in the Oval, played by actors who Pryor wanted to retaliate against. More importantly, Pryor stated in one text message, I may need to shoot the shoot out early. Was this understood to mean that unless the actors knew they were going to die and that their time on the show was over, they wouldn't change their ways? Pryor was going to film the shoot out early so that the actors would be more submissive to Pryor's request. Oh, okay. The shootout. That is supposed to be one word. So he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to the last day. He couldn't wait to the last episode. He wanted to do the shootout early because these niggas was out of order. Pryor intentionally made these comments to install fear in Dixon. Mr. Dixon now knew that he too would lose his job if Dixon did not play ball. with Pryor's sexual harassment. This is what Pryor had been setting up. Dixon was now fully relying on Pryor for his income, hope, and future aspirations. Pryor made it clear that Dixon was not to disclose the relationship to anyone else, and Dixon was aware that Tyler Pryor would kill him off the show for good, thereby ending his career. If Dixon got on Pryor's bad side, to top it all off, Dixon already knew that his character was shot 4 times at the end of the season, but that the shots might not be fatal. In July of 2020, Pryor read the script of Dixon's pilot and told Dixon that he loved the show so much he wanted to shoot the pilot for it. Dixon did not know that Pryor never intended on shooting the show. Pryor knew that he could use the motivation of shooting Mr. Dixon's show to get Dixon to do what Dixon had been resisting for many months, which was to give Pryor the sexual gratification Pryor so craved. Once on the stage, so I think he ended up breaking him. Once the stage was set, Pryor knew how he could get away with sexual harassment. During the film of the Oval in 2020, Pryor engaged in severe and pervasive triad of sexual commentary, including but not limited to that Dixon liked being choked, following Dixon being choked by a cast member. I told you. What I tell y'all, man? Like, yo, I don't know how I be saying this shit. I told y'all that's what he did. He put him in the show, and his role in the show was to see how far he'll let that shit go. So it was like, all right, if you'll do this in the show, you fuck around and do this in real life too. You know what I mean? That was his game plan. That was his game plan. Yeah, no, you right. He ain't break him. He definitely was already, yeah. That was his game plan. That Dixon liked being choked, following Dixon being choked by a cast member and on scene on the Oval. That nigga Tyler Pryor probably was loving that scene. Yo, like, oh yes, got his ass. I knew he liked that shit. Why do you twist your hips when you walk? How can I get a day of Dixon? Yo, ass a nigga, how can he get a day of Dixon? Hey, what the fuck that mean? Yo, ask a nigga that. Hey, yo, when will you be thick again? I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. I feel sorry for the first person who flirts with me. I've been trying to put that energy elsewhere, but everything is sexual on this stuff. Yo, these niggas is weird, yo. That snake across the table made me think of a photo of Nicki Minaj from the music video of her song Anaconda, in which she refers to intercourse with male genitalia symbolized by a snake. I will gladly choke you right now. Referring to Pryor's desire to choke Dixon in a sexual way, it's suggesting that Dixon should get braces behind his teeth, but that plaintiff would have to give BJs, and it could be dangerous for Dixon's partner, especially if they're not circumcised. Yo, this is crazy, yo. God damn, Tyler. I don't give a fuck about Tyler Pryor anyway. I told y'all that nigga. Fuck y'all. Damn, y'all. Fucking nose. That's when you were thick, dark, fun dark, drunk dark, before COVID dark. I miss him, just without a butt. And thick dark would have worked them pants out. Yo, this nigga is crazy, yo. Pryor also photographed Dixon's butt while on the set and sending the pictures to Dixon. 2 text messages of many show that Pryor was jealous of seeing Dixon with other men, and that Pryor described Dixon as so beautiful. Yo, no, I can't only. Hold on, y'all. Well, that's what he asked him about the dude. They said, what I mean by that is that you're so beautiful. When you're finally able to unlock your mind, you're going to make it go. You're going to make that person go crazy. Yo, this nigga crazy, yo. What the fuck, yo? These niggas is wild. Yeah, that man, he been trying to fuck yo for years at this point. I think at least 2 years in. This series of comments and other unwanted sexual references made Dixon highly uncomfortable. Dixon was caught in a bind. He could not complain to anyone in HR. He had nowhere to turn for relief for the sexual harassment, and he knew that if he did not endure it, he would be killed off from the Oval. Dixon was unsure whether to joke back or rebuff prior sexual harassment, so he endured it, knowing that his job was on the line, and if he did not engage. Pryor would also share intimate details of his own sex life with Dixon. Among other things, Pryor would tell Dixon that he had not had good sex since he became rich, and that there were certain times where he had not been touched in months. On the second to the last day of shooting for the Oval, Dixon filmed the episode where his character was shot 4 times, indicating a seemingly end of his role on the show and his termination from his job. It was precisely following this day of filming when Tyler Pryor knew that Dixon's character fate was to be decided that Pryor invited Dixon to his trailer for drinks. Dixon knew that refusing meant the end of his character, so he accepted. It was there on this very same day that Pryor dialed up the harassment to a new level. Pryor asked Dixon point blank, "Are you attracted to me?" and demanded that Dixon answer. Plaintiff reiterated the same way he did from the first assault. By skirting the question, Dixon told Pryor that Dixon wasn't that sexual or looking for anything. Pryor insisted, probing, "Do not stop." Pryor continued to talk about how good-looking and sexy Dixon was, and that plaintiff was wasting his looks, not being free and having sex. Dixon repeatedly deflected these comments with neutral answers, constantly looking for ways to avoid Tyler Pryor's sexual interrogation. A sexual interrogation? Dang, that's a new word. Yeah, they got sexual interrogations in Hollywood, y'all. While continuing to worry about his future on the Oval, Miss Pryor was testing how far he can go with Dixon. Yo, he been doing that. He did that the first day. After enduring the harassment and doing his best to dodge the situation, Mr. Dixon got up and the two exchanged goodbyes. As Dixon was leaving Pryor's trailer, Pryor got up and pinned Dixon against the wall. Pryor began aggressively groping Dixon's buttocks in a sexual manner. Tyler Pryor began reaching down toward Dixon's buttocks and groped his buttocks in a strong and sexual manner that could not have been a mere incident. Dixon stood frozen in horror and could not reciprocate or fight back. All Dixon could do was let his body go limp. Saying that Dixon had no desire in Pryor, yo, what the fuck, yo, this nigga crazy. Yes, all he could do is make his body go limp. Bitch. It's great. Yeah, you could have did a lot more than that, my nigga. I ain't trying to hear that. You a grown ass man. Look like he a little muscular. I mean, I know Tyler Pryor tall as a motherfucker, yo, but you could have did something. You could have picked his ass up and slammed his ass. You could have did something, nigga. Well, where this nigga at? There you go. I mean, look like he got a muscular build. You could have did a little bit more than that, my brother. Hey, yo, that shit crazy. As soon as Doug Dixon left the trailer following Pryor's violent assault, Dixon became severely nauseous and extremely anxious about his job, career, and livelihood. Dixon felt trapped within the confines of studio quarantine bubble. There was still another shoot the next day. Dixon called his friend Justin Brown on the phone and told him everything that had happened and was unaware of any human resource representative to whom he could report the assault. Plaintiff had no one to turn to and nowhere to go to save him from Pryor's aggressive sexual harassment and exploitation. The next day, Pryor acted like nothing happened, and this time he did not even offer Mr. Dixon an apology. Following this exchange, Dixon began to, because you was playing with him. At this point, Tyler Pryor is confused. You know what I mean? You taking all the advances, but then when he gets you in his possession, now you backtracking. So Tyler Pryor probably like, I don't know what the fuck is up with this nigga. I think he likes me. He probably was like, I think he likes me, but I don't know. Like, he keep playing these dumbass games. I'm gonna try him again. See what happens this time. He doesn't time for I said, y'all. Following this exchange, Dixon began to avoid Pryor as much as possible. However, Dixon still felt the need to answer Pryor's insistent text messages, so he changed his approach. Dixon offered to pretend to be asleep to avoid being harassed by Pryor. However, Pryor persisted by texting Dixon the following messages: "Are you awake? Stop ignoring me. Are you awake, Derek? Wake up. I know you're not sleeping, and give me attention." In or around early October of 2020, Pryor invited Dixon and other actors from the Oval on a cash trip to Pryor's personal island in Bahamas. Dixon knew, as everyone else did on the show, that declining to go on this trip might cause Pryor to erase you from the show. Dixon agreed to go, knowing that the whole cast was going to be there. One night, while in Pryor's private island in the Bahamas, the cast was having a party. At the end of the night, Pryor told Dixon that he wanted to talk to him. Dixon was caught off guard. How are you caught off guard at this point, bro? There's no way you still caught off guard. You know the man trying to go. The man, he done told you that in text messages. He done showed you that in confrontation. This nigga trying to go. Yeah, I mean, like, fuck you, man. You still caught off guard after the 41st attempt. Nah, nigga, you wasn't caught off guard. You knew what it was. Nigga, that shit ain't stopped. Nigga, we should have declined the show. But this is what I be talking about. He wanted in. You know the man chasing you. You know what I mean? You know he holding his career over your head. So instead of you saying fuck the career, you keep obliging. Yeah, what the fuck is you talking about? Mellow. Fuck is your people? Who your people is, champ? Elaborate. Yeah, he was with it. He don't deserve no money. He definitely don't deserve no money. He was with it. He was with all the bullshit. You heard me. I'm ready to let the computer read for a minute. I've been reading long as a bitch.
20. Perry made alcoholic drinks and forced Dixon to drink with him. Dixon knew that he could not refuse the drinks, otherwise he would risk upsetting Mr. Perry. Instead, Dixon tried to stay in control and sip drinks slowly. 125. Tyler Perry did not control himself. He drank until it was clear that the alcohol had made him bold and sexually aggressive. Perry told Dixon that he wanted a relationship with someone who could be emotionally and sexually available to him, but would also be permissive of Perry having his own relationship with someone else. Perry said he could see himself having that type of relationship with Dixon.
Oh, shit.
Perry insisted that Dixon needed to be with someone rich because Dixon liked nice things. Perry told Dixon that he was watching all the cast as they laid out in the sun with tanning oil. Perry continued raving about how seeing Dixon greased up like that was driving him crazy. Tyler Perry said,
Hey, fuck out of here. These niggas crazy. Yo, say, yo, like, what did he say to Fab? I like we do it like that. The Meek, I like we do it like that, Daddy. That nigga like that motherfucker. He like them oiled up.
Driving him crazy. Tyler Perry said he would have burnt the whole island down if one of the other actors or anyone else from the group had touched Dixon that night.
Oh, shit.
126. At that point, he once again aggressively seized Dixon and groped his buttocks. Dixon once again did not reciprocate and froze up. Perry got the message and told Dixon to go to bed. Dixon was terrified and could barely sleep. 127. From that moment on, Perry became extremely frustrated and possessive. Perry wanted desperately for Dixon to be attracted to him, but Dixon was not. 128. In one exchange, Perry sent pictures of himself from the Bahamas to Dixon. Dixon responded that the water looked nice. Perry got upset that Dixon did not see the stud in the picture, and instead focused on the water. Perry called Dixon an asshole for laughing out loud at Perry's desire for Dixon to call him a stud. 24. Complaint 1, 2, 3, 4.
Get the fuck out of here. He's crazy. Hold up, yo. Hold up.
Tyler, or around October 18th, 2020, And following Dixon's return from the Bahamas, Perry told Dixon that he was jealous that Dixon was giving too much attention to other men. Perry stated that Dixon was being too much of a social butterfly, and that he would need Dixon to sit still this week, further attempting to exercise his influence over Dixon's interaction with other men. Perry continued to wield his position as Dixon's boss, demanding sexual attention in exchange for his continued employment. 1:30. These text messages were followed by others to Dixon like, "Derek, don't you dare ignore me. I deserve better. I deserve attention all the time." Dixon, out of fear for the unknown future of his career, continued to give Perry the social attention he demanded, even though Dixon would constantly get sexually harassed. 1:31. On several occasions, Perry would text Dixon while drunk. In one exchange, Perry told Dixon, "You know what I cook? Derrick," then proceeds to say, "I'm so drunk." Talking shit. 132. In December of 2020, Dixon began feeling depleted due to Perry's continued pattern of sexual harassment. The assaults and harassment began manifesting in his physical health, and Mr. Dixon had no one to turn to. Dixon visited a physician who indicated that Dixon's exhibited severe symptoms of acute stress, insomnia, stomach issues, and dangerously low cortisol levels due to the sexual harassment and assault. The physician prescribed Zoloft, an antidepressant, for Dixon's ailments. 133. The sexual harassment continued through the beginning of 2021. Perry continued sending Dixon unsolicited photos of Dixon's body from the set of The Oval with comments such as A. "Oh, my GD look at things sick, Derek." Thick, B. "No. The weight difference. I can do see it."
Hey, yo, the man harassing him so much the nigga started losing weight. God damn. It was stressing you out. Thick Derek, okay, good. Yeah, he like thick Derek, man. You know what I mean? He don't like the slim Derek. Nope, I can't deal with thick Derek. Oh, so he do like the slim Derek. What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have you found that yet in therapy? What is your waist? I'm so glad. Thank Derek. Thank sick Derek us back. Hold the fuck up, yo.
Tyler Perry suit. "What's your waist? I'm so glad things sick. Derek is back. Is with us. G. Break out an ass and thighs. H. You home? I don't want you out with your friends. Drinking. You are the rose. But you are so blocked that you refuse to be smelt, sick, or opened.
Hey, yo, fuck no.
When you finally are
They
able
called
to
him a
unlock
rose.
your mind, you're going to make that person crazy. Crazy in a good way. K. Have you been intimate with someone? L. Why did that photo of plaintiff and another cast member make me jealous? You two together. M. Thick Derek. Get that Chipotle. No, I can't. Only from your jeans. N. Derek is there to make men swoon. Oh. What I mean by that is that you're so beautiful. When you finally are able to unlock your mind, you're going to make that person crazy in a good way. Dixon responded, "As long as my face doesn't get messed up. As long as it doesn't leave a mark." And Tyler Perry responded, "What will leave a mark, Derek? Say it. On your neck. What do you mean? You haven't? Have you been intimate with someone? P. I can't wait to get that phone call from you when you tell me you let go and you loved every man, sick of it," referring to plaintiff's desire to openly engage in sexual encounters. Q. No straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you. 26. Complaint 1234567891011.
Unless they wanted to fuck you. I would fuck you. Damn. Ty Perry said, fuck all that. We ain't ready to keep playing these games, man. For 2-3 years now, I've been sending you hints. Now he just out and open with it. Nigga, what's up, man? You know what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm trying to do. I done put you in these movies. I done shot your character. Man, what's up? Stop the games. Keep playing hard to get in shit. Hey, yo, fuck out of here. Yo, Ty Perry crazy. What are you doing hanging out with that girlfriend of yours? She wants you too. Everyone wants to fuck Jacob, referring to Dixon's character in the pilot losing it. After several weeks of unreciprocated sexual innuendos and demands of attention. Come on, yo. What the fuck on my computer? Pryor lashed out at Dixon on the set and asked if he needed to punch Dixon in the stomach, for Dixon to act the way Pryor envisioned in the scene. This exchange was highly intense, and Pryor's reaction stunned several cast members. Actors on the set consoled Dixon for the abrasive interaction, confused as to why Pryor overreacted in such a manner. Yo, because he been playing with the nigga for years. Like, he getting upset at this point. He lucky he ain't Diddy him. But Dixon knew that Pryor was lashing out due to this frustration and lack of attention Dixon was giving him. On or around June 4th, 2021, Pryor invited Dixon to his house to spend some time together and discuss the pilot of losing it. Although Dixon hesitated, he kept going. He feared the consequences of disappointment Pryor and believed that once losing it was a big show, he would be freed from under the clutches of Pryor. Never's going to happen. During this visit, Pryor made several alcoholic beverages for himself and demanded to know why Dixon was not having sex with anyone. Pryor probed further about Dixon's sex life, insisting that the two were becoming increasingly drunk and it was time to end the night. Pryor then led Dixon to a guest house where a guest bedroom was. Dixon would be staying there for that night. Inside the guest bedroom, Pryor motioned to Dixon to come see a weight monitor that he had. Pryor told Dixon that he had the monitor to work. Pryor told Dixon that for the monitor to work, Dixon would need to step onto the monitor, wearing only his underwear, and push Dixon to try it out. Dixon tried to avoid the uncomfortable situation, but decided it was better to comply and hurry to bed than wait for an alternative at that point. After weighing himself, Dixon walked toward the guest room, followed by Pryor, who then asked Dixon for a goodnight hug. Rather than arguing, Dixon complied, at which point Pryor reached out and yanked Dixon's underwear from behind him. Uh-oh. I knew it was coming. Pryor then began vigorously grabbing and groping and to play with Dixon's buttocks in a sexual manner. Dixon was naked, stunned, and seized by a tremendous fear. Dixon started to tell Pryor that he did not want his underwear down, that Dixon did not want to be naked, and that Dixon didn't want this. Dixon reached to pull his underwear back up. As soon as he did, Pryor grabbed Dixon, reaching arm with a tight grip and held fast. Pryor told Dixon to relax and just let it happen, and that Pryor wasn't going to hurt. Pryor continued the sexual grip with Dixon's buttocks. Dixon's anxiety rapidly escalated, thinking that might soon be raped. Dixon was not sure what to do, and his breath shortened. Pryor ignored Dixon's refusal and held Dixon's hand fast, preventing him from reaching for his underwear. Dixon was naked and being groped by a large, drunk, and sexually frustrated 6'5" man who had Dixon in his clutches. That nigga like the motherfucking Undertaker. I said he had him in his clutches. God damn. That nigga was a fucking crab or something. Dixon did not know if he was going to have to get into a physical fight, but knew that any effort to fight back were hopeless. Pryor had armed security at his gate, was much larger than Dixon, and told Dixon that he had several guns in his home. Dixon was desperate for a way out and remarked that he couldn't do anything sexual because he was hungry. Attempting to change the conversation, Dixon asked, "Is there any food up here?" Which prompted Pryor to withdraw and order a pizza. Dixon, in fear for his safety, followed Pryor into the main house to eat the pizza. Afterward, Dixon returned to the guest house and, unable to lock the bedroom door, locked himself in the guest house bathroom and slept on the floor. Dixon then attempted to contact some close friends about the incident. The following morning, Dixon realized that he had left his car key in the main house, and upon going to retrieve them, encountered Pryor. Pryor told Dixon that last night's incident was why the two shouldn't drink together, and that the previous night incident shouldn't have happened. Dixon responded saying, "Oh, so that was my fault?" To which Pryor replied, No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that shouldn't have happened, and I drank too much." Attempted to excuse himself from grabbing Dixon's buttocks, groping Dixon, and attempted to have sex with Dixon against his will. At this point, Dixon left Pryor home uncontrollably shaking and contacted his close friend to discuss the unspeakable horror from the night before. For the next several days until June 6, 2021, Pryor texted and called Dixon inconsistently, with messages asking Dixon to call him or answer his calls. Finally, Dixon answered, at which point Pryor began to apologize, blaming the testosterone supplements he was taking at the time. Pryor had confided in Dixon about these supplements in the past message and decided to use them as a scapegoat for his actions. Dixon emphasized that he was not okay with what happened and that he had never asked Pryor for anything, to which Pryor replied, "I know, that's why I like you." Pryor further attempted to rectify his misconduct by inviting Dixon on a yacht trip and telling Dixon that Pryor was sure going to make Dixon pilot. Dixon realized that Pryor was offering to make losing it to effectively silence Dixon. Pryor sent a text message that trying to arrange for Dixon to come to his yacht with another person so that Dixon would feel more comfortable. Dixon responded that he would not be aboard the yacht and refused Pryor's invitation. After Dixon refused to go on the yacht, Pryor did not text Dixon for 5 months. Sensing that Dixon was upset, Pryor called Dixon once to update him that Pryor was looking for a director for the pilot. During the 5-month period, Dixon was regularly in therapy. He suffered from severe depression, anxiety, stomach pains, nausea, resulting in a new prescription from another antidepressant. Dixon was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and his therapist recommended that he seek outpatient treatment. Cost upwards of $20,000, a price too high for Dixon at that time. During that time, Dixon began to speak with people about the sexual assault and was assessing his rights. As soon as Pryor realized that Dixon was done talking to him, Dixon got a message from Pryor's fixers. Pryor's fixers contacted Dixon, indicating that Dixon's character in the Oval, the one who was shot, would be returning with a new short storyline next season, and Dixon would receive a graduated raise from $10,000 per episode to $16,000 per episode that will continue to increase to upwards of $19,000 per episode over the coming seasons. The attorney said that Christmas came early for Dixon because he was doing a great job on the Oval. However, they also told Dixon that he was forbidden from letting his castmates know about the raise because nobody other than him would be receiving a similar pay increase. Lastly, the fixers told Dixon that Pryor wanted to buy the rights to produce the pilot of Losing It and planned to spend $1 million producing the pilot. Dixon immediately knew why he was getting the raise and why the pilot was being produced. He knew that he could keep the money and the job or complain about the sexual harassment, but not both. See, he had a choice. He just admitted he had a choice. He had a choice. These were his choices. He could keep the money and the job or complain about sexual harassment, but not both. I don't look at those people as victims, man. The situation facing Dixon presented a challenging decision that left him unable to take any action or make any decision. The prospect of sexual assault and harassment becoming public and dealing with Pryor highly paid attorneys was daunting. Pryor had significant resources, whereas Dixon did not. Dixon's goals of working as an actor and becoming discovered for his talents might be jeopardized. In what was an extremely difficult decision, Dixon bowed to the pressure and fear of losing his livelihood in the hopes of advancing his career. Dixon decided to return to the set and have his pilot produced. He insisted, however, and decided to put safeguards in place between himself and Pryor. In or around November 2021, Dixon returned to shoot the Oval, and it was when he saw Pryor for the first time since June 2021 sexual assault. Dixon suffered a panic attack in the trailer, prompting another actress to calm Dixon down. Seeing that Dixon was still upset, Pryor knew that he had to up the ante to ensure Dixon's silence. Pryor began periodically texting plaintiff regarding the production of the pilot Losing It to string Dixon along. Soon after, Dixon received a call from a member of Pryor production team telling him that they were considering to shoot Dixon's pilot in the coming fall of 2021. Dixon was desperate for the good news given the uncertainty surrounding his finances and his concern about his future. On or around March 2022, Dixon signed the literal purchase agreement for the pilot, giving the rights of the series to defendant TPS. Dixon was unaware of TPS' pre-existing television contract with Viacom CBS, now known as Paramount Global, which will later prevent the sale of Dixon's show to any media outlets or streaming service for 2 years. On or around March 21st, 2022, shortly after seeing each other on the side of the Oval, Dixon and Pryor began shooting the pilot. Pryor called Dixon following the shoot, telling him that the show would net $2 to $3 million per episode and run for 2 seasons, guaranteed. Pryor purchased the rights to Losing It from Dixon, but did not try to sell it to any network. In fact, Pryor was under contract with CBS Viacom, preventing him from selling Dixon's show for additional 2 years following the purchase. In other words, Pryor spent money shooting a pilot for a show and then purchasing the rights to it, knowing that Perry could not sell the show for 2 years. Yo, that's a dirty motherfucker there. They lined his ass up. Clearly, this was done for the ulterior motive of silencing Mr. Dixon. So he made it seem like he was shooting a movie. Well, he did shoot the movie, but the movie was never coming out because it couldn't come out because he was under contract with CBS. Hey, yo, this nigga crazy. As it turns out, Perry had no intention of ever producing Losing It. Perry never made any efforts to sell the show or shop it. Perry was only using the show as a quid pro quo to Dixon, holding its production over Dixon's head like a sword. Dang. On around April 9th, 2022, to a surprise, plaintiff received the script from another season of The Oval, in which plaintiff's character, originally written as a grocery store clerk, would play a male prostitute. Hey, yo, fuck no. Look, I told y'all. Look, now he played a male prostitute who was being pursued by a pimp. Yo, Ty Perry, dirty motherfucker, boy. I told y'all he was lining him up to that shit the whole time. Yeah, Derek gonna get somebody, even though he ain't no victim, but he gonna get some money. In the court of law, he might be a victim. In reality, nigga, you was a full participant, nigga. This character saying his story shared eerie similarities to prior pursuit of Dixon. Yo, what I tell y'all? That's what I've been saying the whole time. I noticed that early on in the article. I mean, in the fucking lawsuit. Like he was making him be his. He was putting him in roles of movies that resembled what was going on in real life. That's what he was doing, y'all. That's what he wanted from him. So he was going. So what he did was he put him in the movies to see how far he'd go in the movie and be like, oh, all right, if he'd do this in the movie, I know he'd do this for me. You know what I mean? That was his mind frame. That's probably a lot of them niggas' mind frame. That's why some of them niggas say, y'all don't put on skirts. I don't kiss men. What Terrence Howard say? That's why, y'all. And then you got some people that's willing. And they be the ones. You know what I mean? They be the ones that can try. Well, it's not surprising that one of Pryor's characters would end up this way. The timing of change to Dixon was a very clear message. As Dixon continued to read through his scripts, he started to notice that Pryor included lines taken directly from things that Pryor and Dixon spoke about. Pryor started to base the script on real life and made it personal. For example, Pryor wrote about Dixon that I don't like none of my bitches running away. He was making good money for me. You'll call him one of his bitches. Hold up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dixon quickly reached to pull his underwear back up. As soon as he did, Perry grabbed Dixon's reaching arm with a tight grip and held fast. Tyler Perry told Derek Dixon to relax and to just let it happen, and that Perry wasn't going to hurt Dixon.
I'll be up here. Hold up,
Perry continued to sexually grope Dixon's buttocks. 141. Dixon's anxiety rapidly escalated, thinking that might soon be raped. Dixon was not sure what to do. Tyler Perry, around April 2022, before beginning to shoot the next season of The Oval, Perry called Dixon to discuss the June 2021 sexual assault. On the phone call, Perry lectured Dixon about how Dixon was overreacting to the sexual assault because of prior sexual assaults in Dixon's life. Perry said that there was a misunderstanding and miscommunication, and that Dixon needed to say no stronger. In other words, Perry blamed Dixon for the sexual assault, claiming that Perry felt that Dixon's no was really a yes, because Dixon did not say no strongly enough. 169 SO as not to jeopardize his employment with defendants Perry and TPS. Dixon dismissed the conversation, especially due to the allegedly impending sale of his show to a major broadcasting company.
That shit was never happening.
170. On or around October 28, 2022, after filming a full season of The Oval, Perry told Dixon that despite shooting the pilot, it could take a while to place, and that Perry couldn't do any other television series until his deal was up with Viacom, which would take about 2 years. 171.IN.
Yo, this been going on for 4 years at this point.
Plaintiff indicated that he was moving to Santa Monica. He did so to put some distance between himself and Perry. Tyler Perry replied that he was glad to hear that Dixon was moving away and asked if Dixon's no was stronger before he left. Perry reiterated that Dixon should have a strong no and make it clear when. 32 complaint 1234567891011.
When he said no. This was Pryor's way of once again referring to his June 2021 sexual assault of Dixon and making it clear that Pryor felt no remorse for assaulting Dixon against his will. No, that was Tyler Pryor. That was Tyler Perry, because he was going to California. So that was his way of saying, look, y'all, you ready to go into the belly of the beast. You're gonna have to have a stronger no. Because if you thought I tried you, shit, wait till you get to Cali, nigga. They gonna really try your motherfucking ass. You got to have a strong no if you want to survive in this industry. That's what that was. This remained calm considering these triggering comments because he needed Perry to help him with his dreams of producing the show, and because Dixon was still a regular actor on the Oval. AT Real, you got Tyler Perry with a strong no is, man. I don't know. Tyler Perry can tell you. He the one saying it. Even after Dixon moved to California, the quid pro quo harassment and attempts to cover up the sexual assault by promising a new show continued. Perry would call Dixon, who felt obligated to pick up Perry's phone calls and respond to text messages. These conversations will often start about work and the man's business relationship, and then transition to further conversations about Dixon's sex life. Adding to Dixon's trauma and forcing him to relive the sexual assault, Perry continued to envelope Dixon in his feelings of reliance and justify the sexual assault that happened. Perry would call Dixon and say, "You'll understand when you have a hit show." And in the same breath refer to sexual assault by saying, "I'm glad we're past that." Dixon knew that he had to just hold his tongue because Perry was still employing Dixon. Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta be like a no. You might gotta call him a bitch. If he was to say no bitch, I think and it gotta be a hard B, like a Baltimore bitch. I mean, you know how we you gotta say that shit with vengeance. Yeah, man, you gotta mean it when you say it. I think that's what Tyler Perry was talking about. Now, he gotta feel that shit in his bones. Conviction, that's the word. You gotta say it with conviction, man. On or about October 2023, Tyler Perry finally contacted this and indicated that he was going to be finished with the Paramount Global contract in January 2024, and that he would be able to start working on selling Losing It. So this is what this is about, y'all. He didn't file his lawsuit until his movie ain't come out. Once his movie ain't come out, then that's what's like, man, this motherfucker then fondled me, then sexually harassed me all these years. I thought I was going to get on. I didn't get on, so I'm suing him. Like I said, y'all, if this movie would have came out Losing It, he'd have never filed this suit. We'd have never heard of it. He ain't no fucking victim. He don't deserve a fucking dollar. Perry was just hoping that the statute of limitations would run on Dixon's sexual assault claims before closing the door on Dixon's hopes and on the quid pro quo that Perry offered for Dixon's silence. In the same conversation, when they were talking about Perry starting to do things with Losing It, Tyler Perry also asked Dixon who he was having sex with. Perry further pushed for details, asking Dixon if he was a giver or receiver in this scenario, or if plaintiff used protection and prep when engaging in sexual acts. Perry continued to probe other intimate details about Dixon's sex life. Perry again told Dixon that Perry wanted a partner whom he could have an emotional and sexual relationship with, but goes back to their partner at the end of the day. Gay for pay. You ain't lying. That's what this was.
One, two, three, four. December 2023, Christian Keys, another actor who worked for Perry prior to Dixon's employment, posted a video on social media platforms detailing his abusive experience with an anonymous Black Hollywood billionaire, which Dixon pieced together and believes to be Tyler Perry.
Oh shit.
https://
Who's Christian Keys, y'all?
.com/2023/12/16/Christian heard Mr. Keys' account and saw that Perry had been engaging in the same sexual conduct as other actors. Just like the interactions described by Keys, Perry would get drunk, climb into Dixon's bed and start fondling Dixon's buttocks. Dixon wanted to share his experiences with the media to prevent other actors from being abused at the hands of Perry. 182 at around this time Perry called Dixon, indicating that he really wanted to find a home for Dixon's television series, again perpetuating the quid pro quo after the sexual assault to keep Dixon and his claims at bay. 183 then in January of 2024, Perry told Dixon to begin working on a pitch deck for investors for the pilot. Despite having 8 episodes written, Perry only produced 1, claiming that the president of his company, Michelle Sneed, conveniently misplaced the $1 million that were going to be used for the show. During this time, Perry further solicited Dixon's assistance with other films and projects that Tyler Perry was working on. Once again, Dixon was in a position where he could not say no. 184.in or around March of 2024, Tyler Perry indicated to Derek Dixon that the individual who was meant to pitch the pilot became depressed and could no longer pitch the show. This was another excuse for the fact that Perry never liked the show and never intended to sell it. 34. Complaint 1, 2, 3. 34. Complaint. Contract. Defendants told Dixon that the only way out was to portray his departure from the show as a medical leave due to the emotional distress caused by the sexual harassment. 194. The leave of absence was to be paid medical leave.
Dixon got angry and allowed Perry more time to figure things out for the show. Mistakenly sensing that Dixon had forgiven him, Perry started back off the harassment. Perry continued to harass Dixon, who was still working on the Oval, and who was still eagerly for Perry to sell losing it. Perry would tell Dixon that he loved Dixon, and that Dixon should be loving his life, and that Dixon should be having sex more. Perry even indicated that he would send Dixon the show to Peter Federline at Netflix. But all this was just an attempt to remind Dixon of the sword of the molecules, the fuck is that word? Hanging over his neck. Later Perry told Dixon that Netflix turned the show down. Dixon was never contacted by any individual from Netflix regarding the show, and no sale ever materialized. In or around June of 2024, Perry, sensing that Dixon was getting frustrated about his show not getting off the ground and still concerned about the sexual assault being made public, offered Dixon a position as a writer on Perry's show, indicating that he needed a replacement to continue writing. It was only then that Dixon woke up and realized that Perry was never going to be serious about helping Dixon. Perry was only going to do things for Dixon if Dixon played along with the sexual harassment and assault. Perry also was interested in preventing Dixon from exposing the dark side of Tyler Perry. Perry only cared that people still view him as a victim he once was, even now as he took a shape as a victimizer. Dixon became sick to his stomach. Rather than continue down this path, Dixon took the historic step of reporting the sexual assault to EEOC. After reporting the sexual assault, the defendant did not make any investigation into the complaints and did not take any steps to prevent further harassment from occurring. Because the defendant took no action to prevent further assault or harassment, Dixon had to quit his job working on the last season of The Oval. Dixon did so, and he was under contract to finish the film and stood to make close to $400,000. Dixon did not want to be sexually harassed or be placed in danger for sexual assault again. Defendant then retaliated against Dixon. Defendant told Dixon that if he quit and told other actors why he quit, he would be in a breach of contract. Defendant told Dixon that the only way out was to portray his departure from the show as a medical leave due to his emotional distress caused by sexual harassment. The leave of absence was to be paid medical leave. Instead, defendant made the leave of absence unpaid and therefore terminated plaintiff employment, causing Dixon additional loss of income. Damn. Top Pride, wild as a motherfucker, man. Yo, that is crazy. Yo, these niggas is crazy, y'all. Damn. Damn, Tyler. oh, nasty ass nigga, man. It was like a white. It was like white meat. Out this bitch making all these motherfucking stereotypical videos, and y'all here chasing a white man around. You nasty bitch. I told y'all I ain't fuck with this nigga, man. Nigga ain't right. Motherfucker like, yo, what you mean? Yo, he made people billionaires. Man, fuck yo. Hey, yo, these niggas, you can't trust these niggas, man. Niggas weirdos, man. You can only be a weirdo to get in. All right, so now let's talk about what got my video took down yesterday. Iran State TV says that tonight a great surprise will occur. One that the world will remember for centuries. What the fuck is he talking about? The top part dressed, top part. Donald Trump. Yo, why is United States? United States need to mind their motherfucking business. Let me show y'all this real quick. Cause it's like everybody else can talk about this shit except me. So I ain't gonna say nothing. Cause I can't talk about the shit. So I'll let them talk about it. Shit.
But what happened with Iran? Weren't we about to make a nuclear deal? Wasn't our deal maker in chief making a deal to keep Iran from enriching uranium? Actually, didn't we have a deal before our deal maker in chief so wisely pulled us from that deal? Why did this have to go balmy on Iran now?
And by next spring, at most, by next summer, at current enrichment rates, they will have finished the medium enrichment and move on to the final stage.
Huh? Iran is months away from having a nuclear bomb, says Netanyahu, in 2012. Why did we have to bomb Iran now?
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
Holy shit, that's why. Iran's only weeks away from having an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs, says Netanyahu. In 2015. 2015. Think about that. Back when we all thought, oh no, the Republicans might nominate that madman Jeb Bush. Should have gone with the question mark. No, seriously, I'm not being facetious. I really want to know why we had to bomb Iran now.
We're going to show you Iran's secret nuclear files. Here's the warhead. Here's the bomb.
And that's from 2018. I don't know if Iran is any closer to having a bomb, but it is clear Israel now has the capacity to enrich their drawings. A hot war between Israel and Iran could threaten the United States. It's best we stay out of it.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying Israel took unilateral action against Iran and that the U.S. is not involved in strikes.
We're not involved. That's good. That's good.
The U.S. says it was informed beforehand.
Good neighbor policy. We were informed. They let us know. Still not being involved, really.
President Trump acknowledged yesterday
that he was aware of the Israeli operation and he gave it a green light.
It's still Israel's game.
Israel used its initial strikes against Iran.
What the f*** are we doing? All right, so we knew, and we approved, and we gave them all the shit to do it with. But what happened with Iran? Weren't we about to make a nuclear deal? Wasn't our deal maker in chief making a deal to keep Iran from enriching uranium? Actually, didn't we have a deal before our deal maker in chief so wisely pulled us from that deal? Why did this have to go balmy on Iran now?
And by next...
Yo. We need to stay the fuck... I don't know what the fuck going on. This shit crazy. I can't seem to talk about it. You know? So, we just watch videos on it. I can't seem to speak about it.
Remember, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. We don't have to go too deep into it. They just can't have a nuclear weapon. We're not looking for a ceasefire. I didn't say I was looking for a ceasefire. That was Emmanuel, nice guy, but he doesn't get it right too often. But we're not looking. We're looking for better, not a ceasefire. An end, a real end, not a ceasefire. An end. So something that would be permanent. Giving up entirely. Is that okay too? Are you closer? Are you possible? Is that possible in the next 24? Why not? Certainly possible. Complete give up. That's possible. Yeah. Doing pretty well.
Yo, this shit ready to get bad. So y'all know, China backs Iran. Shit ready to get bad. It's already bad. Can't be honest. You can't be honest about the topic. To be honest, well, I can't be honest. Maybe other people can, but I can't be honest about it. Hey, yo, they cut my live off yesterday. Niggas was on here. They cut my live off yesterday. Israel may become inhabitable in days. This shit crazy for real. So what? Remember when I told y'all? Remember when I told y'all they fucking with the family? Hold up. Look at this shit. The New Orleans. We already involved, bro.
A second New Orleans.
We already involved. Mo, we sending them weapons. We involved.
Home search by U.S. Marshals in less than 24 hours as investigators work to close in on escaped inmate Derek Groves.
Yeah, and that's as the two remaining jail escapees have been on the run for more than 1 month now. WDS reporter Shay O'Connor explains that law enforcement searched a house to see if Groves has been in contact with his family. Shay?
Good evening to you, Stella and Judy. Your family members tell me they just don't want these visits to escalate in any way. They tell me that they do not know where Derek Groves is. They also described to me what happened after hearing law enforcement knocking on their door earlier this morning.
I told you police was harassing the family.
So when I opened the door, it had like 12 cars. People, marshals out with their guns. This sad.
Jasmine Groves, the aunt of escaped inmate Derek Groves, took this video showing the large police presence around her home.
I told them, babies in the house. I met him at the sidewalk, and one of them with the shield, and the guy got behind him, and they ready to go in. I said, you. Now this is where I draw the line.
U.S. Marshals say they searched the home with permission and did not make any arrests.
I don't know who he is. I haven't spoke with him. I don't even try to. Who am I contact?
Convicted killer Derek Groves and Antoine
I told y'all
Massey
what the game plan was a while ago. The game plan is to arrest the family, to get the family to tell us whereabouts. But if they don't know, then they don't fucking know. But that ain't gonna stop them. They want the family to find them. That's the game plan. Y'all find this nigga and bring him to us.
For the most part, Groves has been largely unspotted since the escape. U.S. Marshals tell WDSU they went to the home to re-interview a close acquaintance of Groves.
Well, I'm not saying that the people today were not honest. They were, actually. But we have had issues in the past where people have blatantly lied to us, and the person's been in the residence or at least nearby.
Marshals say they brought a large police presence in case they found Groves.
He haven't tried to take me. Obviously, y'all knew. Because, you know what I'm saying? So I'm asking, what is the relevance?
He probably is.
And Groves was convicted of murder last October. As we know, Groves and Massey are still on the loose. $50,000 for information on each. If you do know anything at all, you're being urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Reporting live from OJC, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.
Get ready for Twisted Tea Light, the same smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea.
That shit crazy. They gonna keep fucking with that family, man. They probably going to their jobs and all that shit. Iran-Israel conflict. Yo, but this is shit I be telling y'all about, though, yo. Like, this is what I be telling y'all about. These motherfuckers bomb people and do all this fucked up shit to people. Right? But you can't do shit. You know what I mean? It's innocent. It's people being murdered out this motherfucker. But you can't. You say somebody play with you, one of your family members, they be trying to give you life in prison for this shit. But they out here bombing countries, innocent people dying. And I ain't picking sides. I'm just saying in general. No matter who doing it. Look at this shit. They fucking dropping missiles on each other. That fucked it up. That bitch dropping missiles on each other, man. Look at this shit. Imagine watching that from the comfort of your home. Damn. Damn. No, what they say, yo? I ain't heard from them in a while. What they say? They came back? We ain't heard them in a minute. Yeah, that's serious. Man, they bombed a news station.
Make a plan to get home safe.
Why the lady was on the news?
President Trump is meeting with his national security team regarding the escalating situation in the Middle East. Mr. Trump left the G7 summit in Canada early as a result of the rising tensions. Mr. Trump posted on his Truth Social platform before heading into the Situation Room, saying that the U.S. has, quote, complete and total control of the skies over Iran. He followed up with an additional post saying, quote, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, at least not for now. The post follows sources previously telling CBS News that President Trump had opposed an Israeli plan to take out Iran's supreme leader. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the move would ultimately end the conflict.
So they want us to
message
kill him.
coincides with a fifth day of exchanges between Israel and Iran. Israel says it has thwarted multiple attempted missile strikes on the country, although some have successfully made it through the country's Iron Dome. This as Israel is pressing forward with its own strikes aimed at taking out Iran's top military brass and its nuclear sites across the country. President Trump discussed the U.S. potentially providing Israel additional air while returning to the U.S. from the G7 summit.
I know pretty well. Remember, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. We don't have to go too deep into it.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it is, they probably don't. They probably don't. Motherfucker been, man, I'm just gonna let it play. I ain't saying shit.
Let's bring in CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe for more on all of this. Ed, great to see you. As best
And
you
even
can
if the
tell,
fuck they
where do
do,
things
like
stand
yo,
in the
like
Middle East
I
with
would
the
fuck. Yo, should nobody have nuclear weapons if that's the case? Like, how you just gonna dictate who can have what? We can, like, yo, man. Shit, crazy.
House.
Well, let's begin here at the White House, Meg, where the president is set to spend the afternoon meeting with national security officials about the situation in the Middle East. He has spent much of the morning since he returned from Canada early this morning on Truth Social, signaling that the United States, or at least he, is far more actively engaged now in what is going on over there, earlier suggesting that we now control the skies over Iran. That brought a lot of pause and questions about whether the United States was now directly involved and in control of Iranian skies. The White House has since clarified that when he said that, he did not mean the United States of America is in control of the skies over Iran, but it signaled that he was clearly getting some updates and engaging. Right after that, he then posted something on Truth Social suggesting that he knows, or the United States is aware of, where Iran's supreme leader is, but for now they're not going to kill him. And he reiterated a threat that he's been making since last week, that should Iran touch or attack American civilians or soldiers, service members in the Middle East, the United States would respond forcefully with military might. But this statement especially, we know exactly where the supreme leader is, he's an easy target, was one that drew some interesting reaction and a sign again that he is actively engaging in this during the day today. Finally, he tweeted a little while ago, or Truth Social, unconditional surrender. And that was all that the message said, which again shows that he's trying to get Iran to back down and to engage in some kind of talk. He made clear in his flight back from Canada overnight, he's not seeking a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. He wants Iran to end its nuclear program. And he said he wants a real end to their nuclear problem and would be working on that during the day today. So we will see what more we learn about who he's meeting with, what they're discussing, what the potential diplomatic solutions or military options would be. But it is clear that, as we overheard this morning, as a staff call was beginning around here, it's all about Iran today.
Ed, how is the White House looking to maintain the potential political fallout if the U.S. actively engages in the Israel-Iran war?
And you're talking domestic political fallout, which is we've seen this now in the last day or so bubble up, where there are supporters of the president, conservative leaders, MAGA aficionados essentially saying to him, don't do this. Do not get involved in another foreign war, as other Republican and Democratic presidents have before, but especially Republican presidents. It was 10 years ago this week, Meg Oliver, that Donald Trump became a candidate for president and began talking about his concerns with U.S. engagement in foreign wars. And this morning, the vice president, J.D. Vance, on his personal or political Twitter account, essentially defended the president to potential MAGA or Republican-based voter detractors, saying, look, he's been remarkably consistent on this. The U.S. shouldn't engage in this. He's also said, since he began running 10 years ago this week, that Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. And he says he may decide he needs to take further action to end Iranian enrichment. That decision ultimately belongs to the president. And of course, people are right to be worried about foreign entanglement after the last 25 years of, as he put it, idiotic foreign policy. So it's a sign The White House understands that should there be deeper engagement with Iran, they may have some political issues here at home, most especially with their base. Meg?
All right, Ed O'Keefe, following all of it for us. Thank you. And joining us now from Erbil is CBS News foreign correspondent Holly Williams. Holly, how much do we know about what life is like inside Iran right now?
Mom loves that they have fresh strawberries on top. Kids love the chocolate. Try our new chocolate strawberry pancake.
Hey there, Meg. Well, we know that Iran is reporting more than 200 people killed. We know that Israel has targeted and killed nuclear scientists and top military officers in Iran. And we know that Israel is also hitting Iranian military facilities and nuclear sites. There are also reports that many people in Iran are fleeing their homes, and in particular the capital, Tehran, for their own safety. That said, as international journalists, we cannot get into Iran right now to report on this conflict from the ground, and that is incredibly frustrating. However, where we are here in northern Iraq, we're very close to the border with Iran, and we've been doing trips up to that border, seeing Iranians coming over that frontier, some of them saying that they are fleeing the Israeli airstrikes. Now, most of those Iranians won't speak to us on camera. They say they're frightened of retribution or punishment from the Iranian government when they go home. But what they say off camera is absolutely fascinating. They've been telling us that they are frightened. They've never seen anything like this before, and they say that many Iranians are stockpiling food and fuel. Some of those Iranians have told us that they believe that the Iranian regime itself is frightened, and one man even told us that he thinks this could bring down the Iranian regime. Now, that is extremely interesting because when Israel first launched its attack, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu essentially called...
Yo, they only telling the story one-sided, though, yo. Like, oh, this shit is crazy.
On ordinary Iranians to rise up against their own government. And it is true that many Iranians hate the regime. When there have been mass protests, they have been met with deadly force. But thinking about the Iranians that we've seen at the border with their country under bombardment, they seemed more focused on survival than revolution. Survival mode indeed. Holly, can Israel achieve its goals without support from America? Well, Meg, you know, Israel's already getting U.S. help of a sort. U.S. officials say that the U.S. has been helping to shoot down Iranian missiles, including with air defense systems. Iran has accused the U.S. of being complicit in Israel's attack and has threatened to target American military bases. And for context, there are a number of them here in the Middle East, as well as around 40,000 U.S. troops. But what's been fascinating to watch is the apparent ease with which the Israelis have been operating in Iran, operating in Iranian airspace, with those targeted killings of scientists and military officials, as well as taking out Iranian air defense systems. That said, and given that the justification for this war on Israel's part was stopping Iran's nuclear program, we should point out that many experts say that Israel's airstrikes will have been in vain unless they can take out the Fordow nuclear site. All right.
No, we got troops everywhere.
For more on this,
No,
we want to bring in
that's
CBS
our way
News
of
national security contributor Samantha
keeping an
Vinograd.
eye out on
Sam,
what the
thanks
fuck
for being
going
with
on.
us. What is the focus of today's Situation Room meeting?
Meg, good to be with you. Having been...
Man, this shit bogus. I ain't even trying to watch that shit no more. You can't talk about it, y'all. You can't talk about it. You can't be honest about it. You can't say nothing. I mean, that shit crazy. That shit crazy. I gotta ride to the motherfucking store. I can't talk about it. They let other people talk about the shit. Guess you gotta be mainstream media. You gotta be mainstream media to be able to really talk about that shit, you know, cause they can shape their narrative. A motherfucker like me, you don't know what I'ma say. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't got time to be dealing with these people. They already took my last video down. I'm just saying, man. Pay attention. Do your own research. To see what the fuck really going on and why. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why. Now they talking about butt their head and shit. Yo, the Bible said it's always gonna be war over there. Can't stop it. Can't stop it. So it's gonna be war over there to the end of time, man. Fighting, you sitting there trying to fight something that's never gonna end.
I think it's F1 on something. It's hard
God.
Looks like a plane.
It's like you fighting a battle that's not gonna end, yo. That's how it's supposed to be over there. It was designed that way.
Perhaps Alec.
I need to ride some fucking store.
No, I'm not involving
Some black and miles. Shit fucked up though, for real. You can talk about Diddy though. You can talk about Diddy. You can talk about violence in the black community. But you better not dare talk about none of that other shit that's going on. Man, the media manipulation and the exploitation that's being placed on a group of people by another group of people. When I talk about that shit, that's against the rules. That's against the rules, man. Hold on. Shit crazy. Yeah, you can talk Diddy and Ty Pryor all day. But I see other people talking about this. They just don't want, you know what I mean? They been like that though, yo. They've been doing me like that since I've been on the internet. Since I've been on the internet, y'all, they've been trying to put a motherfucking muzzle on the things I can speak about. They did it on Facebook. They do it on YouTube. They do it on Instagram. Every fucking social media platform. But yet, I see other people speak freely. That's what I was saying yesterday. On the yesterday when I said, you know what I mean? Y'all did a whole bunch of weird shit. You know what I mean? Did a whole bunch of weird shit. I just don't like the fact how we do all this killing, country to country. We do all this killing, but yet we giving these young black kids life in prison. Motherfucker, get life in prison, you kill somebody, but they can kill legally. You know what I mean? They can legally kill. I thought like Ty was saying, I thought murder ain't wrong. That's not, it can't be wrong. It's a whole bunch of it going on by the hands of the government, by the hands of countries. So how the fuck is it wrong? It's only wrong when the citizens do it. But these motherfuckers kill more than any motherfucking body. Innocent people. A lot of innocent people dying, man. They ain't got shit to do with nothing these countries got going on. They were that bitch fighting over land. Man. I really wish I could really talk, yo. Like, might gotta find my Instagram. I might go do an Instagram because I don't give a fuck what they do to me over there. I ain't monetized over there. I might gotta do an Instagram live tomorrow and really talk about how I really feel about, you know, what's going on for real. Can't do it on YouTube. I didn't been on this bitch too long trying to build a following up to get swindled just because they don't want to hear the truth, or they want to hide the truth from the people. He says class and beard, there it is a BFW. They want to hide the truth from the people. Hold up. Man, why the fuck went that bitch? I didn't have my fucking wallet on me. Luckily I had some damn cash. You stupid as shit, man. That motherfucker, I thought I was gonna have to ride all the way home. I ain't got my light on. I ain't got shit, bro. Fuck. But yeah, though, y'all. I might gotta go on Instagram. Oh, yeah, I got a light right here. I might gotta go on Instagram and really talk. You know, Facebook and Instagram been fucking me over since the beginning of time anyway, so I'm used to that shit. I don't really be tripping over there. They've been fucking me over since the presidential election. since Biden was getting elected. So I'm already used to that shit. Like, damn, man. It's just fucked up, though, y'all. It's fucked up when you got a group of people manipulating the world for their own benefit. Doing a whole bunch of fucked up things. Right? But they hiding all their fucked up things they doing by highlighting everything everybody else doing that's fucked up. You can't even speak on the fucked up things. I mean, you speak on it, they got a name for you. That name is a killer. Once they put that tag on you, it's a wrap. You're done. You hear me? You get away with the shit. Yeah. 600 breezy. Not 600 breezy. You said me and Moose 600. 600 the wild ass nigga. Expose him like how though? Yo, Tyler Perry wild as shit, man. Hey, yo. But that's what I be talking about, though, yo. Like, I think in the last couple weeks, I think in the last couple months since Diddy trial, yeah, we got clarification of what goes on in that industry. And a lot of people that probably wanted in, that didn't get in, if they weren't participating in that shit, and if they wouldn't participate in that type of shit, they need to be happy, man. You might have been saved. You might have saved your soul. Like, you literally have to sell your soul. You know what I mean? Not everybody, but most of them. There's probably a few that slide between the cracks. But you know the ones that slide between the cracks, you know they the ones that get slandered. They get treated like Cat Williams. They get treated like Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? The ones whose career just ran smooth, you know, they played the game. You heard me? They played ball. Probably played with balls and all that. You feel me? Probably had balls in their mouth. And I ain't joking. I know that shit sound funny, but that shit really what the fuck going on. That's the game they play. If you want to advance your career, you're going to have to do some shit, man. You know what I mean? But you can't say you're a victim. That's my issue. You can't say you're a victim. You knew what it was. You played. You wanted in. Now you in. And it always happened, right? They always play this victim role when shit fall through. Cassie music career went nowhere. This nigga with Tyler Perry, he thought Tyler Perry was gonna put him in a movie. That he was gonna star in it, and it was gonna be his movie. Once the shit fell through, now it was sexual assault. Nah, bitch, nigga. You played with that man. You knew what it was. He ain't sexually assault you, nigga. You wanted that shit. Yeah, man. I don't really care too much about what's going on, you know. I ain't really into yeah, man. Salute the Memo, man. Only reason I'm looking at certain people, y'all, is because I don't like how they be moving. Like Tyler Perry, I don't like how he exploited the black community for profit. It's funny as shit that a white man taking him down, or a white man slandering his name, or a white man exposing him, however you want to characterize it. That might be his interest. Yo, this bitch interested in white man. But all you do is exploit the black community. Don't you exploit the people that you're interested in, nigga. Chasing that white boy around like that. Chasing the shell that white man. You wanted them motherfucking cakes. You told that nigga, I like to thick you. You know what I mean? You done slimmed up. Fuck you doing? You start eating. I like you when you was thick, man. Fuck my phone, man. That's what Ty Perry told y'all. Yeah, man. Out here trying to play hard to get. That nigga was out here trying to play hard to get with Tyler Perry, man. Tyler Perry don't play that shit. He lucky that wasn't Diddy. Diddy would have got it. Diddy would have whipped his ass. If that was Diddy, Diddy would have hung his ass over a balcony. Keep motherfucking playing. You know what this is, nigga. You want to get in this motherfucking industry? Tyler probably did have some Wild King nights. He ain't lie.
Watch Indiana. This is what we call pre-switch. They're trying to pre-switch.
That's my phone in the car.
Tyler
Perry probably did have some Wild King nights. Sound like Wild King nights is a thing in the industry, man. It ain't just a Diddy thing. It's an industry thing. Them niggas crazy, y'all. All them niggas weirdos. Y'all remember Kanye West lawsuit? Skip Bayless lawsuit? All these niggas move like that. Skip Bayless tried to offer the girl $1 million. Remember? Kanye West was fucking his assistant, telling his assistant that his dick was racist. Y'all remember that? We read all of them. All them niggas weirdos. That's why I say I don't want in. Like, fuck that. If that's what it look like, and at this point, I think it's verified that that's what it looks like. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm glad they keep me on the outside. Cause I don't want no parts of that shit. I've been flipped out and exposed everybody. This nigga gay. This motherfucker like to get paid. You know what I mean? This nigga, I've been exposed to the whole industry. They've been trying to kill me. Cause I can't sit back and watch that shit. I can't sit back and watch people praise these niggas. And these niggas don't deserve praise. They really weirdos. They're really weirdos for real.
Wow.
The wow is real.
Big news! All you can eat wings and fries.
Yeah, that's not why black men left their kids, man. Black men ain't never leave their kids, brother. Black man was forced away from their kids, nigga. Get that shit right. Stop believing in propaganda. And that's really a thing of the past for real. That shit is not as bad as it once was. So you guys step into the present day, man. Shit is not as bad as it used to be. Now we can do a better job of being in the house. But black men are definitely fathers of their children. Nowadays. And the only reason we wasn't fathers to our children back then in the 80s and the 90s is because they was running propaganda on us. They had us addicted to selling and using crack cocaine. And they replaced us with welfare and told the women lies that the black man can't be in the house. That's what really happened. So yeah, that was a little funny joke, but that shit not reality for real.
But I didn't want a credit card for fees or expensive debt. So I got the Chime Credit Builder card, and I use it for everything.
Shit not reality.
No annual fees, no interest.
Stop going around spreading lies.
Well, if you've got a military, first responder, or government service background, GoDex.com.
Stop going around spreading lies, man. But yeah, where the fuck's my card at? So did I have my card? I don't know, man. Shit, y'all appreciate everybody that tapped to hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If y'all want to hear Tyler Perry lawsuit, rewind the video like 30 minutes, an hour. That lawsuit is fucking crazy as a bitch. Tyler Perry wild as a motherfucker, boy. But yo, it's another day. Keep it G News. Here we out.